Of Robeytech. I am here live at PDX Land with the man, the myth, the legend, Jacob.
That's me.
Guys, we have an absolutely incredible show planned for you today. Not only are we doing a full build, but really today is to celebrate the launch of Zotac's brand new 4080 amp, right? They had a refresh of the 4080 Super, which has been very hard to get, Jacob, and that's mostly because you've been building your house using just 4080 supercards, right?
Yep, that's it.
And that's
the reason why.
They've completely sold out, so there's none available. If you want to go to Jacob's house, we're going to be putting his address in later. You can just take it right off of his wall.
My phone number too, why not?
And your phone number, social security, credit card numbers, all that sort of stuff. But yeah, I'm all amped up. But yeah, guys, super stoked to actually have
Where's the card at? Can we show it?
Yes, we do. We have it right here. We have it front and center.
Look at that.
Look at you. He was already ready.
Yep.
It's like you've trained.
They were all in my house. Now they're ready to be unleashed to everyone.
So people are already asking, where do I get the merch that you're wearing? You have to work for nvidia, apparently. Though they did give away really rad. Dad, can you come out here? Dad, come on the show. Dad, Glenn. My dad is deaf. Papa Robeytech, come here for a second. Come here for a second. We're gonna come around here. So check out these hats they actually gave away at PDX Land. So these are popping around. These are actually really nice hats.
Awesome.
Yeah. Oh,
Look
Robey,
at that.
yeah, sorry.
Hat.
There you go. Yeah.
I
Go
love
ahead
the
and show.
green inside. Oh yeah.
Look at that. See, there we go, right there. Those beautiful green hats.
We got beanies too.
Yeah, we got
Oh, you got
beanies.
beanies too?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, so those are some of the things that we actually gave away live here on the show. Dad's like, he was like, I don't know what to do. It's good to see Papa Robeytech on that. Yeah, it actually says G-Force on the hat, but yeah, super stoked to actually have you guys here.
We got these pins too. Check this out. Which camera are we on?
We're on that one.
That RTX on pin. These are awesome.
And the other thing too is they're actually giving away stickers, but I don't know if you know this, they remove stains. They remove stains. I had a barbecue stain and I put a G-Force sticker on. It's all on the internet, so it must be true. And then I took it off and the barbecue stain was gone. So if you find Jacob or Mary or any of the individuals,
that's the power of RTX right there.
RTX will remove your stains from your clothes.
Great for gaming and removing stains off your clothes, right?
But guys, it's super stoked. I'm super excited to actually have you guys here. We have some really, really cool stuff in store for you today. So not only are we doing a build, we're gonna
stain tracing, someone said. I like that.
Not only are we doing a build, guys, we're also going to be showing you some Cyberpunk. We're going to show you some Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yep. Forbidden West.
Forbidden West.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm playing Zero Dawn to get to Forbidden West. We're going to show you some Horizon Forbidden West, which actually has a lot of your guys' tech in it.
Horizon Forbidden West, so Cyberpunk is awesome, and Horizon Forbidden West is awesome as well. Horizon Forbidden West just came out. It has frame gen, it has DLSS, it has reflex, it has DLAA as well, so we can show that off and talk about that. It's a great title for DLA, especially on a card like this. Horizon Forbidden West is a great title to use DLAA. So yeah, so we'll show that off.
So it's going to be, and you guys have seen it. And the thing is just get your wallets ready, because every time we've shown it, people are like, this game looks so good.
It's an amazing looking game.
Nay and Josh, who we actually had on a stream not that long ago, she's been playing it nonstop. And by the way, guys, we are live here at
can you show that? What's going on over there?
People cheering and all sorts of things like that. So we actually have, there's a lot of stuff happening.
You know what? I don't know what's going on over there, but it looks like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's like a marble game or something like that. So yeah, we're live, so if you hear random cheering, all that sort of stuff, we'll try and bring you back to it.
And you get unlimited monster, there's a monster stand over there. You get unlimited.
Yeah, so unlimited monster. They're cheering for us. Let's just say that they're cheering for us. That's what it really is. So the last thing is we're going to be showing you guys a demo, and we're going to try this live.
Yes.
It should be very cool. So if you guys haven't seen, you guys talked a little bit about it at GTC.
So we first showed this, the first version of this, we first showed it at CES, and it was called the NVIDIA ACE demo.
Right.
And it's basically enabling digital humans in games. So we have a new demo that we showed at GDC for the first time, and it's called Covert Protocol. It adds some more gameplay elements to it. It's a whole lot of fun. We brought that here, so we're going to be playing around with that. Should be a lot of fun.
And the best thing about it is you use a mic. We're going to try and field some questions from you guys chat.
Nice questions only, please.
Yeah, nice questions. nothing rude. But at the same time, you guys are going to get to see this demo live and interact with it, which is actually going to be a really cool experience. Which I'm actually really excited about. And then the last thing I know a lot of you guys are really excited about. Yes, We're going to be giving away some GPUs. We're going to be giving away a 4080 from Zotac, as well as a 4060 from Zotac. We'll have more information on how to enter to win those. And then the PC you're going to see us build here live that Jacob is going to lick. We'll be giving that away via Gleam, and then you could use that to actually clone him.
You can clone.
You can clone.
Yes.
We're trying to give you, so it's a Jacob clone PC.
You can have your very own Jacob. Yes.
You can have your very own Jacob. So it actually should be really cool. Very excited about that. So that's what's happening today. So it's a jam-packed show, and then we're doing it all live here at a full-blown LAN.
Anything could happen here. Anything.
Yeah, hopefully no streakers or anything like that. I mean, I don't want anything.
Not,
I mean, we do have Robeytech just peeking out over here, getting a little scary there. We'll get out of the way so that way he can zoom in on Robeytech. He's always there. He's always watching, and all that sort of stuff. So, Robey, the sub goal is active. Yes. So all the goals are active. We're still going to have all the fun in terms of getting you guys trying to.
Can
get
I
as many
have that,
giveaways.
by the way? I want that.
Yeah, that's yours.
Okay, yes.
Yes,
So
that is
excited.
Jacob's
So
Robey
excited.
cat. His stuffed Robey cat is
I'll
there.
put it next to all my 4080s.
Yeah. So, okay. So for the giveaways and all that stuff, we'll explain a little bit later on. But we're going to be. It should be a really, really good show. But right now, we should start the build because that's what we need to get everything to the point where
we can't
can
play
actually
our
start.
games until we have a PC to build.
We have a
right?
PC to play.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's talk about what parts we actually have in today's build. So for today, here's what we're putting inside of the PC. So we have an Intel Core i7 14700K, which is great for 1440p. We got the MSI MAG Z790 Tomahawk Wi-Fi, which actually MSI is like right behind us, which I just realized. They're right over there. We got the Zotac Gaming NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 Super Amp.
Yeah, by the way, huge shout out to Zotac. We are here because of Zotac, so obviously great friends of NVIDIA. Very happy to be using their cards in our builds today. And giving away them as well.
Yeah, so that'll be absolutely epic. And then we have actually it's we have 4 terabytes of storage, so we're using 2 terabyte. So you have 4 terabytes of VP4300 Lite, thanks from the folks over at Patriot, as well as 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. We have the Antec C8 ARGB, so huge shout out to Antec for giving us a brand new case to showcase here on the build as well. And then we have the Lian Li Galahad LCD 360mm AIO, and then the Asus TUF 850 watt ATX 3.0 PSU. And all of that is just to surround this right here, which is the new Zotac GPU. We wanted to make sure it's something that looked good. The other thing too that was actually super important is that we're going to be showing it at 1440p. Of course, this card is capable of 4K, but just 1440p is just such an ideal resolution.
Yeah.
So we'll give
And
you guys.
actually, we were talking a little bit about DLAA before. So DLAA at 1440p, I mean, DLAA at 1440p on this type of card is like perfect. So yeah, should be a lot of fun.
And then the other thing too that's super awesome as well is that you guys with the 4080 Super and you're doing 1440p, that card will just last a whole lot longer. You know what I mean? Which is also really, really.
Yeah,
nice.
I mean, it's obviously at 1440p you're going to get much higher frame rates, and especially when you turn on DLSS and you turn on frame generation. I mean, you'll be like over 150 frames per second in Horizon, for sure.
Now somebody's saying 850 watts, is that enough? Something that actually you guys have done a really good job is the transient power spikes. In fact, these cards are super efficient now in terms of power. So 850 watts, we've done a ton of testing for that. In fact, if you want to see our full reviews, we show you some of the voltage and stuff like that. 850 watts is going to be absolutely fine for a 4080 Super.
Yeah, for the amount of I mean, these, this GPU is very power efficient.
Yep.
For the amount of performance that you get out of this card, very power efficient card. So yeah,
and we'll have all that
good.
stuff. We'll have all the data and stuff when we're showing the game. You guys will be able to see the wattages. We put all that data up when you'll see the games and all that stuff, so you got nothing to worry about there. So it should be super, super epic. Look at us. Yes, we have faces for radio, we've been told. Thanks for that. Really, really appreciate that.
It's the second time I've heard that now, so I don't know. I'm starting to wonder. You hear it one time, it's like, yeah, maybe. But when you hear it a second time, maybe it's true.
So real quick, before we jump into this, I just got to show you the setup here because guys, we've done our best to recreate the Robeytech basically streaming experience here inside. So I'm just going to zoom out here and show you kind of how we are set up here at the booth. We do have our top-down camera with zoom. We have all of the lighting stuff. We have our static cam. And then what you don't see is Brian. Flip it real quick around now, Brian. What you don't see is Brian There he is right there. He's on the roaming camera to make sure that you guys get the best shots and all that sort of stuff. And then we're back here. We got NVIDIA, we got MSI, we've got this incredible like they're really good food. This like food booth over here as well, and that's where people are basically getting their food. So yeah, this is what we're in the middle of building the PC and stuff like that. We see you, Brian. That Robeytech, yeah, and he does have the Robeytech shirt, which I forgot. Yeah, we have the Robeytech shirt as too, which is coming out in Zara. Okay. Yeah, we should get a hot dog. You want to eat a hot dog later? Maybe.
Why don't we do it? Can that camera go all the way over there? I don't know.
That would be a no.
I think we should have the chat tell us what to order. We walk up there and
we'll have to. We could have people. We could have chat. We could get like later on. We'll have Grandpa go over and find out what it is, Papa Robeytech, and then he's Grandpa to my kids, and then we'll figure out and you guys can tell us what we should order. Try refreshing if out of sync. Yeah.
Right.
Guys, if you're out of sync, try refreshing. I'm going to do one thing just to see if we can fix it here. Sometimes this does it, but we'll check it real quick.
Somebody said, don't let us control anything. Well, we are planning on having you control some of the interactions that we do later on in the stream with the new Covert Protocol demo. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we do want to have some fun. Okay, but let's start with, let's get some building going here. So we're going to grab all of our motherboard parts and all that stuff, and let's get the building going. And then you can just, Jacob, the best thing is you're just like kind of the chat guy. What's going on in chat, all that sort of
fun
stuff.
I'm like the color commentator, I guess.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Is that what they're called?
They are. We hired you for your personality.
Right, yeah. I have a voice for radio, or face for radio.
Face for radio, voice for radio as well. So there we go. Yeah. Look at this, guys. Look, top down is here, so you're actually still going to get to see us do the full build and things like that. I'm just going to make sure that we're actually, okay, there's our center spot right there. So we're just going to get the build kind of put together. Yeah, we got the Robey, and by the way, guys, mats are coming back. 2 weeks. I know you guys have been asking for them. They're on order. They'll be here soon. So just get ready. So it should be.
So actually, while you're building that, so this is your first time ever at PDX Land.
This is my first time ever at PDX Land, and I'm excited to be here.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
Like,
if you guys aren't familiar with PDX Land, it's one of the biggest LAN parties in America.
And the other thing too is like the vibe that he's got for it is basically saying that, is it gonna, oh no, I'm doing it right. Oh good, look at that, there we go. So we'll go here, he's done thumbs up. So we're gonna jump in and we're gonna put in our CPU. He was saying like the vibe is like your garage LAN, but just with like 900 of your closest friends.
Yeah, it's like it's you know, we're all family here, all friends. So yes, it's like a big LAN party with your friends. If you had 800 friends.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't have 800 friends though. You got a lot in the chat, Robey.
Yeah, we do.
And those are all your friends, so you got like 4,000 friends, I guess?
Only 3 of them really like me. The rest of them don't.
Okay.
Right, like, they don't give me free PC. So people are asking, we have some...
And one of them's me, so you got 2 then, I guess.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks for that. I forgot you were in the chat as well. So people were asking, who's eligible for the GPU giveaways? The cool thing is it's US, Canada, Mexico. If you are in Europe, you may have to pay some import stuff, right? So, but that's kind of the way it is. But US, Canada, Mexico, no issues whatsoever. If you're over in the UK or Europe, we will ship there, but you may have to pay some import stuff. It'll just have to see when we actually ship it out. So think about that. Just be cognizant of that when you do your entry. Let's see if this clears the VRM. Okay, here we go, guys. I gotta go slow. Oh, no, it didn't do it. It didn't do it, guys. We tried. We'll get that down. Okay.
Too much pressure.
First step in. Next up is NVMe. So Jacob, tell me about your journey, like for people who don't know, there's a lot of people there just like, this is just like, you weren't born of like, you weren't spawned out of Jensen's jacket. Like you didn't like, this isn't not a whole thing. You've had a journey getting here. So how did you get into the role that you in now? And like,
how did I end up on this live stream?
Yeah, how did you end up on this live stream?
Long story.
It's a sordid story.
Some of you guys may know, I've been in the industry for a long time. I've known Robeytech for a long time as well. How long have I known you? It's been a long time.
Dude, it has been a really long time. Well, I mean, it's funny because I think, you know, we were having this discussion. A lot of people think I've been around longer than I have, but I think 3 or 4 years, maybe not as, 3 or 4 years,
I feel like
guess.
it's been longer than that. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know how that would be, unless you were working on games at Microsoft.
Well, you know, I work so much with Robeytech, you know, so it's, yeah, I was at EVGA for a long time. Some of you guys may know, for 17 years I was at EVGA. I joined NVIDIA last year to continue doing what I love doing, and that is obviously gaming, PC hardware, gaming hardware, and a huge fan of NVIDIA. Even before I was at EVGA, you know, first ever GPU with some of the early TNT or GeForce cards. So yeah, huge fan of gaming and tech. So it's a natural fit for me.
And now you have a lot of fun. And so what you kind of do now is you kind of travel all over the US and the world.
Now I work at NVIDIA as a GeForce evangelist. So it's a lot of a few things. A lot of a few things. Does that make sense?
That makes no sense.
So it's a few different things. So I obviously go to the shows. I interact with a lot of the people like Robeytech, some of the YouTubers that you guys all know and love. Interact with those guys. Go to PR events. Work on marketing activities. And I also have a live stream. Just started actually like a month ago on the NVIDIA channel, twitch.tv/NVIDIA, every Wednesday at 1 p.m. Pacific time.
Look at you. We don't usually let people cross-promote, but hey, you know what? It's.
I already did it.
He already did it. He let it basically happen. He's taking over there. He was like, I actually just wanted to be on the show to cross-promote. But so you guys recently, and I think this is one of the things that people need to kind of know, is coming in January, you guys started to release a new series of cards, right? So
we launched the Super Series of cards.
Super Series. Yep. So what is the Super Series? What makes them so super?
They're super powered. So we got 4070 Super, 4070 Ti Super, 4080 Super, better performance across the board on all of those cards. 4070 Ti gets more memory as well. So yeah, they're basically just amped up versions of the previous cards, more performance on them. 4080 Super actually got a price drop as well. It's starting at $999. So yeah, it's an awesome card actually, especially at 1440, but even at 4K gaming.
And for $999.
It's an awesome card.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so that's
if you want to max out all the things. Which camera are we on right now?
We're on this top now. But here, I can put it on roaming so that way you can say that to the camera.
Yes, I was going to say, if you want to max out all the things, 4080 Super is a good card for that. Path tracing as well, DLAA like we talked about also. So yeah, you'll see what I mean when we load up.
When we actually get it in there. Okay, so let's jump in and we're going to show some RAM clicks here, Brian. This is always the favorite one. Now I don't have the audio thing. I thought like trying to do that with the crowd noise. We didn't know how loud it was going to be. So we're going to see how loud, like if it feels like a solid click, you're going to have to rate it. Okay?
All right. Yep.
Are you prepared for this? This is a big responsibility.
No, I'm not. I'm not prepared.
Okay, here we go, guys. This is 6,000 mega transfer RAM. Again, just really kind of building a card around the 4080 Super. And then here we go. Oh, well, there it is. Wow, that kind of scared me, actually.
Did something break?
I know. I don't think, whoever wins this PC, does it have to work? I mean, like, I guess that's kind of important for us to be able to do the demo as well. Here we go, one more time. Oh, dang. That was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That was exactly 84 decibels.
That's way too low. On average, it's between like 90 and like 104. Okay. Like 104 is like literally people faint at that level.
I was close.
No, you were like off by like a factor, like you were like 10 decibels off. You may want to check your hearing. That's how much it was. So.
Well, I got this thing in my ear, so you know, it threw me off a little bit.
Yeah, somebody agrees. Much nicer on the second one. So satisfying. I should have Alexed the RAM. No, because that would have broken it. Like,
yeah. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, so we got that. Now, guys, we have an important moment. Are you ready? I'm just gonna
Still not ready.
I'm gonna turn down the music. And I need you to sing along with this, okay, Jacob?
Oh boy, definitely not ready.
Ready?
Justin Robey has a show.
AIO.
Oh, all right. Yeah. It's pretty good. Pretty good.
AIO.
With a dad joke here and a zip tie there. RGB, and
your face is like.
I don't know the lyrics to this song.
AIO.
It's an AI song.
Everybody sing. Everybody says sing, Jacob. Come on, sing the AIO.
I don't know the lyrics.
It's Old MacDonald had a farm.
Oh, okay.
And then AIO. Do you know Old MacDonald had a farm?
No.
You have children.
I don't sing that song.
You know, Jacob's like, nope. There is a level of which I am not getting into, and we have apparently found that level. So okay.
We've already crossed that level.
We've already crossed it. Apparently, that was not where Jacob was going to go.
I do like the song though.
Okay,
it is pretty good. I do
I'm
like
really
the song.
grateful.
Yeah.
Not good enough to sing it though.
No, not that much.
Jacob says hard pass. Exactly. See, people are saying you need a happy pill. Okay, guys. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to go ahead and grab our bracket and stuff like that, get everything kind of set for our our system, and get that kind of squared away. And then we're going to go from there. So when you guys, so as you kind of have taken on this role and stuff, Jacob, what's been kind of the coolest part of it? And then, you know, like, you know, has it been like getting to talk to people about new hardware? Like, what is it?
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool parts of it. Obviously, going to events like this, very cool. Love talking to the community. We did a stage demo yesterday. We showed the covert protocol demo that we're going to have later on the stream. We showed it for the first time in a public, you know, we showed it at GTC, GDC. This is the first time we've ever kind of shown it in a public space. So it was very exciting. Had really, really good interactions with that. So, I mean, you know, there's lots of parts of it. I love, obviously, interacting with Robeytech and the various other YouTubers and such. So it's good times.
That'll work. Well, I'm not going to put this on yet because we don't need to, so I'm just going to, I have it prepped for it, so we can actually strip down the case and then go from there. Yeah, for sure, guys. Watch wherever you definitely want to. We don't want you to go. We don't want to make you you switch channels or anything like that. We'll have more details on the giveaway when we get a little bit later on, which I know people are essentially excited about. So, when people talk about, like, and a lot of people ask questions about, like, hey, for choosing a 4060, 4070, 4070 Ti, or 40 for the super ones, where, like, how do you help guide them with what the best option is besides budget?
Right.
Budget's always like, how much do you want to spend?
I mean, that's obviously a factor. Your resolution that you play at is a big factor on the card that you need. Obviously, if you're playing at primarily 1080p, then you know, obviously a 4080 is going to give you more frames, but a 4060, 4070 will give you great performance at 1080 or even 1440p, and also the games you play. You know, if you want to play Alan Wake 2 with full path tracing, then, you know, especially at a higher resolution, you may want to look at some of the higher end
Something
cards.
a little bit higher
end.
But
you know, even like a 4060, especially when you turn on DLSS and frame gen, you can get pretty good performance even with path tracing at 1080p.
And it's really funny, like, you guys have done a lot of work on frame generation, right? Like, you guys have seen some of the community feedback in terms of like delays or things like integration.
Yeah, I saw somebody in the chat mention about, I think the question was something like, is DLSS getting better? And that's the good thing about DLSS is, you know, it's using AI basically to, I mean, there's many features. There's super resolution, which is rendering the game at a lower resolution than upsampling it, basically using AI to get better image quality at a lower res. It's always getting better. You know, there's always new features. In fact, we just introduced not too long ago a feature called ray reconstruction, which improves image quality in path traced games. Like Alan Wake, also Cyberpunk as well support it. And the best of all, you get no performance hit by doing so. It's almost a no-brainer to enable it. In fact, in some cases, it's even faster. So yes, DLSS is always getting better, and it's very exciting.
And then there's some, like, we have some, like, I mean, you have some pretty cool recently released titles that you guys, like, for Horizon Forbidden West, which just kind of came out with it. We have some cool stuff with Diablo coming out pretty soon, right? Like,
Diablo came out already.
Oh, so there it is.
So Diablo had ray tracing added to the game. So in Diablo specifically, you get better shadow quality with ray tracing, more realistic looking shadows, and also better reflections as well. So, you know, in the water in the game or the pools of blood in Diablo will get accurate reflections. There's lots of pools of blood in that game.
And we've been testing, by the way, guys, there's a whole video coming out of Robeytech where we've actually taken pools of blood to compare. No, I'm just kidding. We didn't really do that.
True.
That'd be super creepy.
Yeah. You don't have to use blood, though. You can just use water.
You can just use water. You don't have to. That's most of what it is
but
anyway.
you know, a lot of the things that people don't realize is the traditional reflections in games without using ray tracing. Typically, they use a feature called screen space reflections, which is basically everything in your screen space gets reflected. But there's a lot of limitations with screen space reflections. It's not as accurate. Things that are off the screen obviously don't get reflected. So like if it's on the ceiling, you know, you won't see it reflected in the environment. That's just talking about reflections. So with full path trace reflections, you know, it's going to be much more realistic, more accurate to what you see in real life,
yeah,
like we are here.
Like when I see all the pools of blood, I'm like, dude, that looks. No, I'm just kidding. Like we don't see them all that often, but yeah. So what have you been playing as of late? Like,
I've been playing a lot of Horizon Forbidden West.
What do you
lately.
think of it?
I love it. Yeah, it's a great game, honestly. I mean, and it runs great on GeForce hardware, obviously. Very high frame rate, much higher than you get on a console. And you know, you get better graphics as well, so you get up to 4K or even higher potentially. You get DLSS, you get frame gen, higher performance, you get reflex, lower input, and best of all, you get mouse and keyboard. Which I know you play with a lot with gamepads.
I do, and yes, we have a controller.
I don't know. I can't do it, man.
Understand, 20-year Xbox, you know, game dev veteran, right? Like, there's only some things. Like, I love mouse and keyboard for first-person shooters, but when it comes to platforms and
for
things
me
like
personally, like anything that has an aiming mechanic in it, I have a really. This is just me personally. I struggle with the gamepad, although I do use it obviously for some games. But yeah, I don't know.
It's, you know, there's a special elite tier of controller, you know what I mean? And that's the thing, is you just haven't hit it yet. And,
Not there
it's
yet.
okay. It's
I'm not
okay.
at Robey's
you
level
also
yet.
don't sing
there
Old
eventually.
MacDonald had a farm to your kids, so I don't know if I'm going to really take your...
No.
Somebody said, yeah, this is the Antec C8 ARGB Black. It's a brand new case. It's part of their Constellation series, and it just launched. So we figured, you know, if we're gonna show a new card from Zotac, which is really kind of what we're here about, we might as well use a brand new case. You guys can see like an all new kind of hardware, which is one of the things we really love to kind of showcase here at Robeytech. So, yep. Somebody's like, I like the people who are like, the case is right there in the intro. You know what I mean? So yes, we do play games. We play games all the time. In fact, I was a 20-year. If you look up Justin Robey, it's you can actually see me. I've worked on games like Halo, Sunset Overdrive, Rise Son of Rome. I launched every Xbox console. So we've actually had a lot of. I played a lot of games over a lot of time and made a lot of games, which is actually pretty cool. So, I
haven't made any games, but I have played a lot of games. Not yet.
One of the things we're trying to get Jacob to do as well is just also get him to sing more nursery rhymes to his children.
That's
right, like you know what I mean. I feel like that's really important as well.
I don't think it's going to happen, but you never know. You never know. Yeah. With the power of AI, I don't need to anymore. I guess.
Yeah, if you guys, for folks who are curious, just look me up. I'm right there on Moby Games. You guys can see all the credits.
How do you get into computer? How did you get into computer hardware?
Oh my gosh. Well, it's a funny story, and it's actually a really good story, so I really like this story. Are you doing okay, Brian? I'm good. Okay, so basically, remember back in the day, there was a platform called Mixer. Can I get a raise of hand? Anybody remember Mixer?
I streamed to Mixer before. Long time ago.
You guys remember Mixer way back in the day? So anyway, there was a Mixer was owned by Microsoft, and they had a show, a PC build show, and I had for Extra Life done some PC builds because I worked with Corsair, and we'd done some live PC building. And when Mixer had seen us do this for Extra Life as part of Xbox's official Extra Life live stream, they're like, hey, you may be onto something, this whole live streaming PC builds. So they built a show, and then they bought Ninja, and they didn't have any money for shows anymore. But we were sponsored by Newegg at the time, and then Newegg was like, you know what, Robey, you're pretty good at this. What if we just sponsored you and you started your own Twitch channel? And so I said, cool. We went to about 100,000 subscribers on YouTube and about 25,000 on Mixer within a year. And then after that, we were like, you know what, this is pretty cool. Maybe I'll stop making games and then I'll just do this full time. And so then I did this. So I got to make games for 20 years and now I get to build PCs, which is super fun. Hey, Full Tilt, thanks for saying hi. Thanks for popping in, and thank you for watching from Russia, dude.
I thought the Ninja mixer was a blender. I think it's also a blender.
Yes. Yeah, I think it was, right? I think there was a lot of things, really had a lot soft spot in my heart for a mixer, but yeah, that was kind of like a whole sad thing. But that's how I got into it. Now you do. Now you know the Robeytech story, and now you feel better about it. And then I met Jacob, and then I tried to teach him Old McDonald, and it didn't,
Didn't
we're
work.
still working on it, right?
Still not
There's only
working.
certain things that we can essentially do. And guys, if you guys are curious, you're like, we're here in a show. The thing is that obviously when we're doing things, and again, huge shout out to Zotac and G4 and nvidia for sponsoring today's show. We want to show you and talk to you guys about the stuff that's cool about it. Again, we know that buying hardware is always a personal choice, and at the same time, we just try to give you the information. But ultimately, if you decide whatever you decide, as long as you're happy, who cares? You don't need anybody else to validate what you purchase, guys. You know what I mean? It's just about you and what you play. And again, we're giving you options because there are some incredible games that obviously are supported as part of the RTX family. And I like Alan Wake, which is one of the games I worked on.
Yeah.
So I worked on the first one. Actually got to go with nvidia to Alan Wake 2 and got to hang out with the crew there.
I loved Alan Wake 1. I'm actually a huge Remedy fan since Max Payne. Max Payne 1, Max Payne 2, and then obviously Control and Alan Wake. So.
And which is Quantum Break,
Quantum
which was
Break.
also a game I got to have an opportunity to get to work with. So really, really exciting, and that was such a neat experience. So get to do that. But yeah, there's just great games. Max Payne is such a good game.
Max Payne 1 and 2 are some of my, they're probably on my top 10 list among other games as well, but top 10 games of all time, definitely I would put Max Payne 1 and 2 up there.
Now there's something I got to say about Zotac. Here, let's just bring the camera in real quick. One of the things I love about Zotac, and this is, again, I know it's a personal choice, but I love how most GPUs, when you look at the other ones that are in space, they're very square. What I like about Zotac is that Zotac has almost taken like this organic approach to it, and their visual design is so much different than any of the other ones. And to be honest, like we've done a lot of builds with Zotacs in them. The performance is right there in the same space. We actually have a whole deep dive coming in on Zotac cards, so talking about what makes them special. But I'll be honest, the one thing that's different is a lot of times, especially if you're going to do something a little bit more organic, like that's where, in your aesthetic choice, that's where Zotac becomes a very unique option, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, putting in fans there.
All right. Actually, going back to the old games, there is actually one pretty cool feature that we're showcasing at our booth right behind there, but it's called RTX HDR.
What is that?
So if you guys are on RTX hardware, there's a new NVIDIA app. Have you tried it, actually?
No. Yes. So the new NVIDIA app, which, guys, I got a huge shout out to not having to sign in and all that other stuff.
Okay.
And then the other two, there's a lot of really great stuff about that as well. But
yeah, so the new NVIDIA app, if you install it today, it's a beta. It will replace the GeForce Experience, if you guys are familiar with that. The NVIDIA app has a bunch of new features. You don't have to log in, and it's much quicker to use, has a brand new overlay. It's really cool. But one of the features that it adds is called RTX HDR. And this feature adds HDR to games that don't support HDR by using AI. And it works fantastic. So you can play your old games, like the old games you worked on 20 years ago.
yeah, well, or like, the thing is, it's funny because a lot of them have been remastered, but like if you could play, like when you think about good PC titles, like remember like, let's think about, what would be like a good one to go back and like add HDR to? Like you could play like OG Forza Horizon, right? Like that would be a good one.
There's tons. Over here, can you flip that around? Maybe you just show.
Yeah.
So right over there, we're showing Remnant 2, and we have a side-by-side. Remnant 2 does not support HDR natively. Many games don't support HDR, even today, but especially the older games obviously don't have HDR support. So with this, we're able to do, we have a side-by-side there. It's going to be really hard to see on the stream, but on the right-hand side, HDR, just enabled, looks so much better, and it uses tensor cores on the GPU. It looks amazing. So yeah, check it out. It's if you out there in the internet, if you
on the ethersphere, in the ethersphere.
If you have a GeForce card and try out, and you have an HDR display, make sure to try it out. You can download it. It's a beta.
It's one of those things, like if you've just got an HDR display, I will tell you, like, and one that I really, really enjoy is download Forza Horizon and then go play it with HDR off and HDR on, and then look at the sky. The sky is actually one of the best examples of like where you're like, I didn't know what HDR actually did.
Yeah, well, you're going to have a much wider contrast, so your darks are going to be darker, the brights are going to be brighter. Somebody asked if it works in Pong. So it works in DirectX and Vulkan APIs. I don't know if your Pong game is in any of those APIs, but it might work.
You should look at HDR Minesweeper, dude. It is incredible.
Yeah.
HDR Solitaire, also pretty nuts. You know, if you want to get into that, especially, I don't know, there's something about HDR in the game of Spider that, you know.
Yep.
Dude, do you remember the game Snake? Did you play Snake?
Of course,
No?
everybody plays Snake.
HDR Snake
Yep.
and VBasic.
I don't think that's in DirectX API.
Okay, guys, let me get HDR emoji. What would be the game that you'd love to see in HDR? That's the question.
What was that
right?
pinball game?
Pinball FX?
The one that was on free on Windows.
Oh,
I played
that was-
Space
dude, that was
Pinball.
way-
I forgot. I played so much of that. Somebody in the chat knows for sure.
Well, it's funny because like the problem is that the moment you said old school games,
Space
like,
Pinball. Space. It was Space something, wasn't it?
yeah, Space Pinball. Like the problem is that you immediately said old games, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna go play some Space Quest 5 or
Not
like
that
King's
old.
Quest, but I was like, dang, that's not,
Not
gonna
that
be
old.
HDR.
Yeah, it needs to support DirectX or Vulkan. But so
Dude,
like
what about Descent?
after 2000s.
That probably doesn't. I don't know if that has
I'm not
HDR.
sure. Descent 3 maybe. Descent 3 was a OpenGL or possibly Glide game. But the great thing about PC and PC gaming in general is that a lot of these old games, you know, there's tons of modders out there who are adding modern APIs to these old games. You know, in
Well,
fact,
dude, what the Half-Life one is like, Half-Life 2. That we
Yeah.
got to see at Computex.
and this is so funny. This was not planned at all. But actually, there's another really cool NVIDIA tech called. I'm really excited about this one. It's called RTX Remix, and what it's doing is basically it's a tool set for modders to add ray trace lighting to games. And so one of the ones that did you ever play Deus Ex?
Oh yeah, yeah.
So-
and by the way, thank you for saying it correctly.
It's not Deus Ex. It's
No,
Deus
it's not.
Ex.
Yeah, it's Deus Ex.
Deus Ex. There is a modder who actually rebuilt the game with modern APIs. I believe DirectX 9 or DirectX 8. And so once you rebuild it with a modern API, you can plug it into RTX Remix to get full path tracing in Deus Ex. And it looks amazing. So yeah, that's why we love PC gaming.
That game is, and this is the most recent one.
I mean, there's tons of them already.
Yeah, the one that
you know.
the one that was done by IDOS, the one the Square Enix IDOS one.
Oh no, it's the original.
Oh, it's the OG.
Original, the OG. Yep.
Because even that one, the one that was, I doubt that had HDR in it.
No, definitely not. But now, you know, now that it's been updated with a modern API, you could add RTX HDR to it. Unreal Tournament is another one that somebody went through the work to update the API in that game, and you can add RTX Remix to it now. You can add RTX HDR to it as well.
So somebody asked a question, which actually I thought was actually a pretty good question. When you guys did like the Portal RTX, did they use the RTX Remix
Yeah.
for that, or was that?
Yeah, RTX Remix is actually a really powerful platform. So not only does it have the ability to basically turn the traditional lighting system to full path tracing, but you can also use that tool set to replace assets in the game. So you can do it to like upscale textures, you can do it to replace models, increase the detail in objects in the game. So Portal RTX is a good example of that. And Half-Life 2 RTX, which another game in my top 10 of all
Right.
time, will be getting the full RTX treatment as well very soon. So
And
good
by
times.
the way,
good
we're not
times.
announcing Half-Life 3 today. I know that some
No.
people were hoping that that would be something they could tune in and watch, but
Not today,
unfortunately,
no.
no Half-Life 3 announcement today. Okay, guys. So what we did is we just got our side fans in. So I mean, like I knew I had to have Jacob keep us entertained because putting fans in is usually the least most entertaining part of putting in a build. So we're going to be doing intake from the bottom. I mean, intake from the side, intake from the bottom. Look at these massive 160 millimeter fans. So if you did want to take that 4080 super amp edition and do some overclocking, it's got the air for it for sure, right? So which is actually pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh yeah, but I don't have the banana. I forgot the banana. Dang it.
Nobody here has a banana?
No, I don't have. Yeah, we probably could get a banana. But yeah, we should probably get a banana from the
Here,
cafe.
we could put this for scale. Is
There
this?
we go. A Monster Energy for scale. There we go. So on,
Space Cadet. That was the pinball game.
Is that really the name of it?
Yeah. There you go. That's the size.
So now you know how big. But pretty excited about that.
More recognizable scaling.
From Monster. Monster's like, thank you. And now this stream is sponsored by Monster. Just kidding. It's actually not. Okay. So what I'm going to do now, the cool thing about this case, guys, is right here in the back here. We're actually in, right now it's like it's a little crazy, but one of the things I'm going to do is they do have a small mini hub and fan hub here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take advantage of that and daisy chain all of our fans and just control it via this fan hub right here. And then we'll plug that into the Mobo here in a bit. So there, that takes care of that. And we'll worry about cable managing here in a minute. Don't worry, cable management will happen. Don't freak out.
We're still talking about pinball, by the way.
Oh, good.
The official name was 3D Pinball Space Cadet.
Really? It was that long?
Well, that's what Spurious in the chat says, and
He's never lied before.
yes, never lied before.
We don't know, as far as we know, going from there. Okay, guys, now we can go to top down. We can get our motherboard in and actually start putting the rest of this case together. So let's jump to our top down here. What did I do with them? Oh, I was like, where's the motherboard? I'm like,
We forgot it.
Yeah, we forgot the motherboard. We got rid of it. Okay, let's zoom out a little bit here. It's like this works and then it, okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. So there we go. Now we have the motherboard ready. Do you want to put the Mobo
If only
in?
power could be wireless. Did you put the AIO shield,
It's
or do you not need
integrated,
it?
dude. It's integrated. There we go. It's looking pretty good. Wow, I zoomed way out. What the deuce?
There you go.
That's about as zoomed out as you can get. Okay.
Deus.
You got the stream delay, so you may want to bring it back up on the other.
Oh,
You know what I mean?
okay. There we go.
By the way, let me check something.
There we go. Okay, let's get our accessory kit. It's back here. I'm definitely gonna get my steps in for this stream because of all of the booth that I'm in. Like, it's way bigger than the studio. Yeah, dude, we're overhand cam. We're doing the whole thing. We're making sure that this entire thing is like super buttoned up, right? So you guys can enjoy the full experience of the Robeytech show.
By the way, we're still talking about pinball, by the way. So it was first on Windows NT.
Oh, so you looked it up? Oh no,
Somebody put it in the chat. And then Windows 2000. What is your Windows history? What was the first Windows OS you ever used?
Windows DOS 3.11, and then I upgraded to DOS 5.0.
Okay.
And then I went to, and then I actually, so when I was 8, I read a DOS 5 manual because I needed EMM to play Wing Commander.
Oh, EMM. I
Yeah,
remember
so I
that.
needed to put
Extended
in
memory.
EMM3, yeah, and I had,
Wasn't it?
and then you had to, because a lot of people had shadow RAM. And then I
Wasn't
would-
EMMs for like extended memory
for expen-
management or something
yeah,
like that?
exactly. So when you had to have so much of expanded memory in order to be able to
Yeah,
run
oh
it.
my gosh, I
So
totally
I read
forgot
a
about
manual
that.
on that stuff, and my parents, because my first PC was a 286 SX12.
Okay.
And then
Mine was 386.
So yeah, I was a little ahead of you. Yeah, that's why
So I'm younger than Robey. Look at that.
But yeah, and then so just to play, you had to play all those games, and then I don't know if you guys remember. Do you remember? Right, like it was like you had to have like 30 different, like you'd boot up DOS. It was like WordPerfect, gaming, and it'd be different games, right? Because like if you were gonna play like, I know your King's Quest or anything like that, you could use whatever. It could be Shadow RAM, but then if you wanted to play like Wing Commander or Descent, it had to have so much expanded memory, which means it had to run EMM 386.
Gaming was complicated in the old days, guys.
Dude, IRQ7, DMA channel 5,
IRQ.
yeah, you know what I mean?
All these
Like,
things, all these things we don't have to worry about
yeah,
anymore.
when you had your Sound Blaster and all that sort of stuff. And then I remember standing in line at the Base Exchange I think it was in Japan for Windows 95. So like that was like, then we went to Windows 95. And then my whole thing was install as much crap on Windows so your whole desktop was full of things so it made it feel like you were using Windows.
Oh, mine still looks like that.
Yeah, mine doesn't look like that anymore. Mine has like 4 things on it. And then, and then from there, then I went to work at Microsoft and I worked on Windows XP.
Jumpers, those were the days.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
in the old days, we had to overclock with jumpers.
Oh, dude.
You actually had to physically move something on the motherboard in order to overclock, to change the multiplier or whatever.
Dude, you think
Crazy times.
it's like, it's so different now because back then, like,
Dip switches.
yeah, it's like dim, yeah, like everything you like when you had to overclock, when you like, remember like IDE cables and,
Yeah.
oh my gosh.
And you had to set the priority for each hard drive, and if you didn't have it right, then it wouldn't be detected.
Yeah, you'd have to like
so-
literally have to change it on the back. Guys, it's so much better now. So much better. Like nowadays it literally is adult Lego. Back then it was like adult wire a car.
It was very complicated.
It was very
yeah.
complicated.
There was a lot of compatibility issues back then. So
And
now
and the
it's
components all look terrible. Like the inside of PC is like making
yeah,
it look
all
nice.
that work and it didn't even look that
Yeah,
great.
it didn't
so
even look
yeah.
that great.
Now it's much different. Imagine if we had live streaming back then and you were building one of those.
Dude, people would be,
It would take
nobody
all
would
day.
watch. They're like, I don't even know how to follow along. It's been 10 hours and you're still not done with this PC. And like, you know, how much like you need like references from like your like you still need access to the internet even to get things from there too. Yeah, times have changed, right?
We didn't have Discord back then. We had
No.
ICQ. Well, that was actually much later
No,
than
dude,
that.
it was like BBSs, dude. You'd
Yeah,
have to go to a
that was much
BBS.
later. I remember
to
using
dial in on your
I remember
40
using ICQ.
Your
before.
14.4 BPS modem on AOL. Yeah, dude, ICQ.
Counter-Strike software uses DirectX, so actually there is a mod for Counter-Strike Source, I believe, to use RTX Remix. There's a lot of RTX Remix capable games.
So Cole Martin, who's Eternal, she's one of our mods. She met her husband on
Wow,
ICQ.
that's cool.
Dude, remember the flowers? I don't know.
Yeah.
ICQ was a long time ago.
Yeah, it had a flower logo, I
Type
think.
out a message and it would like show them in real time.
And the funny thing about ICQ is you didn't have a name, you had a number.
Yeah. Yep. That's how catfishing was born. and then there was TeamSpeak, which surprised me that went away. And then we went to Ventrilo, and then it kind of all
TeamSpeak.
unified into kind of Discord.
Now everything's kind of moved to Discord these days.
MySpace. I'm not a name, I'm a number. Roger Wilco, geez, that's going back. That's good.
That's like the old
Somebody's having a
Sierra.
really good time back
That
there.
was the old Sierra games.
Yeah.
Played a lot of those as
Commander Keen, does that have ray tracing?
well. I don't know about Commander Keen. Not like.
Okay, so I have a funny story about MSN Messenger. I was talking about MSN Messenger. So Deadmau5 came to Seattle, and we had become friends. And if folks have watched, I've actually had Deadmau5 and built a PC with him in my studio. But when I first met him, I dressed up as the MSN Messenger guy and danced on stage during one of
Can you
his-
do that now?
No, I've gone beyond that.
If you do that, I'll sing. I'll sing if you do that.
Sing Old McDonald. I just do you
Somebody
have-
said, "How do I get the new NVIDIA app?" Maybe Yoshi, can you put that in the? Oh, I don't know if you can put that in all the chats. I don't know which chat this is. I'm sure we're on 3 different platforms, so I don't know where that chat was. But yeah, if you just go to your favorite search engine, type NVIDIA app beta, you can find it there. There's tons of new features in NVIDIA app. RTX HDR is just one of them. Personally, I love the new overlay settings. Obviously, we want to
Yep.
see what our temperatures are at, and what our frame rates are at, and what our latencies are at. The new NVIDIA app beta gives you a lot more control over the size, positioning, what you can monitor, what you cannot monitor, or more what you can monitor, I guess.
It's like,
Yeah.
it's like it tells you, no, you can't monitor this.
But yeah, actually, there is more. There is more monitoring coming to that soon. Some people did mention that GFE has a couple extra, but those are planning to be coming to the NVIDIA app soon as well. It is a beta, so keep that in mind. But it's very solid. I've been using it for a long time. Building a PC outside. We are not outside, thankfully, because it is raining here. I think. Is it raining?
I don't know if it's raining.
It was supposed to rain today, I thought.
Okay, we have our official weatherman here, and he said it is not raining.
All right.
Fake news.
Yeah. So we are at PDX land.
Yeah. Yeah,
in Portland. Not technically Portland, but
Yeah, so
close
if
to
you guys,
Portland.
if you guys here, what we'll do is we'll show you guys here from the front. You can actually see behind me, and we'll get the roaming camera reset up. But you can see here behind me, and then we'll actually get you guys to see. But you can see these are all people playing games.
They are all playing games, yeah. I walked around a little bit. I saw a lot of Rocket League.
Definitely see some Helldivers
That looks like
too.
Tekken over there, I think.
We got some Helldivers too.
I'm guessing it looks like Tekken.
Oh yeah, you're right.
What else?
But I know for sure people are playing. I mean, dude, everybody's
We
playing
got
that.
Helldivers.
Helldivers. Look, there's a guy right there who's got like just a whole thing of snacks, like peanut butter pretzels and all that sort of stuff.
You got to have that at a LAN party.
You gotta have that at a LAN party. We have, I mean, dude, this guy's system over here though, like, I mean,
There are some nice rigs over
there's
here.
some nice rigs over here. They're not all small. Yeah, there's some like crazy rigs over here. So yeah. Yeah, so it's like, it's a very, very cool experience if you've never had a chance. And then basically tickets for next PDX LAN will go on sale on Sunday. So they essentially go on sale at the end of this this particular PDX LAN.
Somebody asked, are there any CRT monitors? I haven't seen any, but I have been to a lot of PDX LANs, and I've definitely seen CRT monitors before.
Dude, those are
here.
people who just want to work out. Okay, guys, so we have our motherboard in now. So motherboard is basically in. We have all of our fans in. These do have loops light on the back, so these will actually still shine through. We have our 140 millimeter and then 160 millimeter fans to feed the 4080 Super that we're going to be putting inside of this. Next up, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and hook up all of our front panel connections, which we'll use a roaming camera for, so we can show you guys seeing those get plugged in. And then AIO, then we'll do the big GPU reveal. And then once that's done, throw in our PSU, and then we're here to turn on the PC.
Somebody said, I've never been to a LAN party, was never a Counter-Strike fan, was a fan of Worms. Did you ever play any of the Worms games?
Oh, dude, way
Those are
back.
so great. Worms, I remember Worms, Armageddon, and some of the other ones. But yeah, you don't only have to play Counter-Strike here. There's like we mentioned, there's tons of different games here.
I like how he says, I didn't know people thought you could only come to a LAN and play Counter-Strike.
I guess, I don't know. That's a prerequisite to go into any LAN party.
I mean, unless you go to QuakeCon, but even at QuakeCon, there weren't a lot of people there. I mean, don't get me wrong, there were people playing Quake, but they weren't playing just Quake, you know what I mean? So
The PC guy entry says, hey, Robey and Jacob. Hey,
thanks for
what's up?
Okay, guys, so what we're doing now is we're going to go ahead and take out our cables.
Counter-Strike, StarCraft, and Quake. Yep. Quake 2 got an RTX update some years ago.
Oh, I remember that, yeah. There hasn't been a new Quake
Actually,
in a
Quake
while.
2 is very special for me
Why?
because Quake 2 was the first game that I ever experienced with 3D acceleration. You know, back then they called it 3D
yeah.
acceleration. You know, we had software mode and we had 3D accelerated mode. So when I got my Voodoo 2 and loaded up Quake, I was pretty much from that day on, I was obsessed with graphics and gaming. So you could all say me being here is because of Quake 2.
Actually, but I mean, that's like a lot of times, like there's usually, I mean, like especially for people who get into game development or something similar to you, the passion usually comes from something.
Yeah.
I remember.
I mean, I was a PC gamer before that, definitely. But that's really what was like, okay, I was so amazed by that. I became obsessed with it.
And then you like joined John Carmack's MySpace page.
I would watch all the John Carmack keynotes at QuakeCon that he would do every year. Yeah, I was a big fan of. I met Tim Sweeney a few times, brilliant guy, and John Carmack. Yeah, so good times. But actually, that one was actually for me was pretty special to see in ray tracing because I was so amazed by back then they call it colored lighting. You know, it was like because it was the lights were like different colors and the way they looked was realistic at the time. But when you compare it to a fully path traced game, I mean, it's like a whole nother experience.
Right. Okay, so what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm just basically getting all of our cables to the front so we can hook them up.
I hope they test this PC with Crysis.
Everybody, dude, it's never. So I have. That's one. So Shavat yearly, the guys who worked at Crytek. I worked on Rise Son of Rome, which was a Crytek title when they were working on Crysis 2. So got to work with that team, and obviously that game was like, I actually really enjoyed the Crysis series. They were actually really good games.
Yeah, when Crysis came out, there was, at the time, I mean, it was so far ahead in terms of graphics, fidelity, than any remarkable. And I do actually kind of feel like, you know, some of the ray tracing titles today, Cyberpunk, Alan Wake 2, certainly does have that type of feel where,
That
you know,
kind of
it's
vibe.
like, this is truly next generation feeling graphically.
And I remember that, like, because when we worked on Rise, Son of Rome, it was when the Xbox One X was coming out, which don't get me started on their whole thing. But that was the thing, is you needed something that looked next gen, and Rise, which actually did come to PC. It's their facial tech.
Later, right?
Yeah, later. But I'm just saying, like,
I've actually never played that game. I know.
this has
I
been a
love
great stream.
Crytek. I love Crytek, and I love all the Crysis games. I've never played. You know what? We need to play that one of these days.
Electric Yoshi says, test the PC with Space Cadet football.
Can you still get that?
I don't know, pinball, sorry, it's not football, Space Cadet pinball. I have no idea. Like that conversation, and it's so funny because it's like the conversation we ended up having about Soup the other day. Soup just took over my stream. Dude, people were on Soup for like,
You mean like
soup.
like
soup.
chicken noodle soup?
Chicken noodle soup and their favorite soups, and then it was like, it just went into a world of its own. And then like it like would come back with a vengeance almost every other stream. People would be like, hey dude.
What's your favorite soup, Robey?
No, you're starting it already. Honestly, I'd say probably my favorite soup is chicken. I like the chicken tortilla.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah. What about you guys? Did someone mention soup?
There you go.
You've done it, dude.
We've officially ruined the stream.
Zotac's like, yeah, it was great until you got to the soup thing, and then we aren't Campbell's. Mary, what's your favorite soup? Yeah. What did she say?
RAO.
Oh.
Rouse.
Rouse.
I'm not familiar with that.
But what's
soup.
your favorite? Like, if you had your one soup and you were gonna be, this is the last soup you ever had. What soup would you eat?
Tomato bisque with the grilled
Tomato.
cheese.
Oh,
Okay.
dude, tomato bisque with a grilled cheese sandwich. Okay, that's a good.
Top ramen?
That's a legend choice.
Is that
Can you
soup?
just get off the stream? He said top ramen.
I'm banned from future Robeytech streams.
You know he doesn't sing "Old MacDonald Had a Farm." He does not know the words.
You know?
No, I'm just saying.
Never heard that song.
New
before.
England bisques are great. I'm trying to think of what a lentil. I would pick pho. That's what people are saying. Okay, dude, soups. It's now soup again.
All
We're
right.
back on soup.
No more soup talk.
Noodle soup. All day.
Dude, pho is a good choice. Like, it's super solid, like all the time. Okay, guys, now I'm just routing all of our fans in here real quick, and then we'll get to the fun stuff. What you mean, building PCs is fun. How many PCs have you built?
I don't know. A lot.
Okay.
I haven't been keeping track.
I had to finally start counting at some point in time. So
I mean, not as many as you, definitely.
but still, I mean, do you enjoy the process still?
And also, you know, it's a very tricky question to answer that.
Okay.
Because what are the requirements for a system build? If it's just a system, if it's a motherboard and a graphics card that's sitting on a table, does that
not
count?
breadboarding. That's not. I mean, I guess that would be, but I don't think that counts, dude.
I've done a lot of those.
Yeah.
I've done a lot of those.
Yeah,
I've done a lot of complete builds and cases as well, but I've definitely done more.
Like benching.
Yeah, benching, putting together a rig to test stuff.
Okay, let's go to our top down and let's plug in all these cables that I've been routing while you've been keeping them entertained with soup.
Yeah.
People are like now getting into the proper pronunciation of pho. Like, it's all happening, guys. And then, yeah, this is just a reminder. This is exactly. It did eventually get to blood, just like what's happening right now.
Yeah.
So we found out we actually have vampires. That's great. Yeah. So great stream. All right, let's go to top down here. All right, so here we're going to do, guys, is we're going to go ahead and put in all of our cables, getting things ready. We're getting closer to doing some testing here, obviously, in the build.
The Tom dude says, honestly, I don't like building them that much. I just do. Yeah, I mean, that's the great thing about PCs is, you know, there's many ways to get your PC gaming. You can build it yourself. You can work with one of the many system builders who build PCs, or even do it on a laptop. We have we have 2 laptops at our booth that have 4090 graphics in them.
Okay. This is not a, this, yeah, like again, there, yes, I will say, and there's some actually some really good ones. If you're here at PDX Land, which many of you aren't, there's actually, it's worth checking it out. And there is actually a difference between laptops with 4080s and laptops that don't, I mean, with laptops with 4090s and getting to try them and stuff like that, but they have some pretty incredible laptops here for you to get to play with. And then they have some awesome desktops as well. We got Falcon Northwest, custom GeForce.
Yeah, I wish we could show that. I don't know. I don't think it can go that far. The camera.
We'll try and show it a little bit later on. Okay, here's what we're doing, guys. I'm installing all of our fans now.
Somebody said that's not a laptop, that's a brick. Well, actually, you'd be surprised. Like in the last 10 years, gaming laptops have changed a lot. You can get a pretty slick, small, thin gaming PC that is easy to carry around. I know, because I had one of the old school ones before, and they are nothing like that anymore.
No.
I mean, obviously, they come in all sizes and shapes, but there is plenty of pretty low profiles, thin gaming laptops as well.
That are actually very, very, very good. Like the Lenovo Legion Slim. I like that one a lot. Yeah, there's a lot of really good ones that we've actually gotten the privilege to test, which is actually pretty cool. Okay, guys, so what I'm doing is I'm just hooking up the cables. We're actually pretty close. Then we have our HD audio cable, and then we can work on our AIO. Luckily, this case actually does a pretty good job of making it easy for me to work on getting cable management done. Okay, so all of our cables are plugged in now. Thank you very much, Igor, for the subs. All of our cables are plugged in now. We're good there. Guys, how many likes do we have on YouTube, by the way? Let's check that out. Want to make sure we hit that. Remember, that's with a $25 Newegg gift card if we get 250 likes. And then we'll get to GPU giveaways here in a minute as well. Just as a welcome, because we have a lot of people here, I want to say welcome to a special stream of Robeytech. If you're joining me on the Zotac channel or on the NVIDIA channel, I am Justin Robey, aka Robeytech, and I'm joined by Jacob from NVIDIA, Jacob Freeman.
That's me.
Yeah.
Not related to Gordon.
Yeah, not related to Gordon. It's like
maybe.
Yeah, maybe he is. But we are here at PDX Land, and we are celebrating with Zotac, who this is kind of a month of Zotac that we're having here on Robeytech. We're going to be building 3 systems with them. One of them is here live here at PDX Land. The PC we are building, we're going to be giving away via a Gleam. That one's going to be opening. You guys will be able to see that starting Monday next week. But here on the stream, we're giving away a 4080 Super, a 4080, and we're giving away a 4060. Sorry, the 4080 Super we're putting in. Giving away a 4080 and a 4060, both here on the channel. It's open to US, Canada, Mexico, and Europe, but if you're in Europe, you may have to pay import taxes, so just be aware of that. Import and shipping may be something you have to worry about. In terms of what else is going on, 250 likes on the YouTube gets unlocked a $25 Newegg gift card, and then also if we get a level 5 hype train, a $25 Newegg gift card, and then of course we have the sub stuff as well. All of the giveaways are going to be happening. We'll be telling you guys more about how that stuff's going to happen, so just make sure that you stay tuned, that you're all logged in. We're about an hour, 50 to 20 minutes away from giving that stuff away. We'll definitely let you guys know. We'll stagger those because we want you guys to hang out, right? Like we want you guys to be here and to watch the channel.
Feel like you're at PDX Land.
Yeah, feel like you're at PDX Land. And that's where we are right now. You are seeing lines of folks enjoying content, just enjoying the whole thing, and we're here building a PC. Now for the PC we're building to celebrate the 4080 Super Amp from the folks over at Zotac. We have an Intel Core i7-14700K, MSI MEG Z790 Tomahawk Wi-Fi, which MSI is sitting chilling right over here. Zotac Gaming NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4080 Super Amp. We have 4 terabytes, not 2, 4 terabytes of Patriot Viper VP4300 Lite storage. We have 6,000 megatransfer, 32 gigs of DDR5 RAM. We have the Lian Galahad 2 LCD 360mm AIO, and then the Asus TUF 850 watt ATX PSU. So yeah, this is what we're doing, and this is what we're building, and that's what you're joining us here today. And we're also here celebrating with Zotac and NVIDIA, who are sponsoring today's stream, just talking to you about the cool stuff that we're doing here, the cool things that are happening with NVIDIA, and we're going to be showing you a very cool demo. You want to give them a little teaser again one more time?
Yeah, so once we get this PC built, as long as Robey builds it correctly and it works.
Wow, no faith.
Then we will be checking out some games. So I think we're going to be playing Cyberpunk, so we can play some of that. We'll try it with path tracing and see what kind of perf we get. And then we're going to play some Horizon Forbidden West. Robey's going to play with a gamepad, and I'll play with a mouse and keyboard, you know, like we should
Just so
be
you know,
doing.
it's at the beginning of the game. So it's like just at the intro, which also looks
right.
really good. I know I'm not that far in because I want to finish the first one. And I'm so excited that Sony, which again, huge shout out to them for the codes and stuff like that, but for them bringing their titles to PC, right?
Again, we talked about it earlier. Fantastic game, just came out. Has a lot of really cool NVIDIA features in there. Has frame gen, has DLSS, has reflex, has DLAA. So we'll talk a little bit about what some of that does. But we are going to be showing off a really cool demo. It's called Covert Protocol. It's a demo that NVIDIA has been working on for adding digital humans to games. And we're going to have it interact with the chat, potentially. So we'll see.
We will. It's just understand, I know there's some of you guys who are like, haha, now's my chance for mischief. Understand, we will be able to filter
But we can ask funny stuff as well.
Yeah,
we'll
we can
see.
ask, as long as it's within reason. You know what I mean? I just want to, you know, get it out of your system. We're still gonna, you know, I want to have fun. But
Somebody wants us to ask what soup it likes. Okay, we can do that.
we can ask that. Yeah,
ask
for
that.
sure.
Sure,
Yeah,
why
like what's
not?
your favorite soup for sure?
So yeah, we'll talk about that. So it's a platform, and it's a demo that we showed at GTC and GDC just a couple of weeks ago. So we're going to be showing it live on this stream as well. So good times.
And I want to tell you guys this, when you watch this demo, because a lot of times I think some people, like it's hard to think like, how does this demo impact me? Like, what does this mean? But when you think about the interactions you're about to have and how quickly they're able to react, think about that when you're having a conversation with an NPC. And the other thing too is, the other thing that's super awesome is think about it as the AI, as you start to play a game. Like think about games like Mass Effect or games like Cyberpunk, where you're making decisions, and then based on your decisions, instead of developers having to develop massive trees of basically dialogue, now AI can take your things and then naturally change how the game is going to react.
Can it sing Old MacDonald? I don't know. I've never asked it to sing, but we could try.
We should try that. We should
I don't
see
know
what
what'll happen. We
We'll
could
have
try.
to find
But the
out.
cool thing about this demo is it's more than just a chatbot. Each of these characters you'll see in the demo, and again, it'll be, once we show it, it'll be much easier to understand. But each of these characters have extensive backgrounds. You know, their entire life story, essentially, as part of their background. So, you know, and they stay true to their character as well. So, you know, for example, there's a few characters that work at this hotel, and there's a front desk person, there's a the bellboy guy that stay true to their character. So you can really see how this tech could be used in future games.
And so that's the thing is, like, as you look at this demo, guys, we're not just showing you this because we're like, oh, look at this cool, almost non-applicatable. I don't know. I'm trying to think of the right word, but there is a lot of application. And as somebody who's worked on games, a lot of times what'll happen is companies like NVIDIA will go and do these kind of demos, and then they help inspire game devs, right, to do this. And the other thing too is, like, a lot of times when you think about the budgets for some of these games, like especially games that are very dialogue heavy, like Path of Exile or whatever it was, dude, this is going to help smaller studios be able to develop things that are just going to be that much better, which is cool. So yeah.
Well, I mean, if you think about, you know, if you look at a traditional game, you have your kind of main characters who have a lot of dialogue, and then you have your not main characters who have little, if any, dialogue. So this could potentially add more opportunities for the non-main characters, but also each of these characters, you know, a lot of people think it's like, oh, you click a button and you spawn an NPC that just talks to you, but it is a lot of work for the developer to actually add this. Like I said, we'll talk a little bit about this, but each of these characters has an extensive background, and I mean, they have literally an entire novel about their background, because what if you ask the character, where did they go to school? Who are their friends? Those are things that you have to take into consideration. So those are all built into the character's backstory.
So it's actually a really, really cool kind of thing, which is pretty fun. And I mean, like, again, the potential is what's exciting, right? And so when you see this today, like, think your favorite game, especially if you are a single player gamer, like where this could be cool. Yeah, like Skyrim. Skyrim's a great example of songless. That's a great option of something that could be pretty incredible for sure. And no, we're not going to be doing anything weird like trying to seduce them or anything, guys. Come on, this is what I was talking about. Get it out of your system while you can. Think about all the soup jokes and everything while you can, but then after that, no more trying to get. We're not.
You do have it in this demo. You do have an objective. So yes, you could chat with them all day long, but you do have an objective. So.
But thanks for asking. I'm glad you are. I mean, like, there is still some actually pretty cool applications, I guess, in dating sim type games that could actually be pretty cool. I mean, like, when you really think about it, I'm not trying to, like, minimize that, you know what I mean? So.
Can you tell us the story of the cat?
Oh, Robey cat? Dude, there is no story other than there's a guy here who just one time in one of our videos decided to make a Robey cat, and then it blew up. And now we have shirts and stuffies, and there's actually 3D printed figurines coming out, and it's all disturbing. In fact, I went to, on our guy Brian right there, he's wearing a Robey cat shirt. I went to lunch with a friend who was wearing a Robey cat shirt, and we were ordering donuts, and then the lady, within 30 seconds of seeing this shirt, she looked at the person, and then she looked at me, and she looked at the person, and she was like, "Is your face on that cat?" Like, it was like the funniest thing I've ever. Yeah, AI Robey cat. We can ask if they know Robey cat in this universe. We'll never know.
Maybe.
We'll find out. But yeah, Robey cat was a turtle. It was genuinely like surreal when she asked that question. I was like, oh man, it was the weirdest question I think I've ever been asked.
We need a Robey cat game.
We need a Robey cat meme.
Game.
Oh, game. It's funny.
Did you play that cat game that came out recently?
Oh, dude, the one with.
I forgot. It's really good though.
Yeah, people said it was good. I know, like Cole, Eternal Cole, she played that one, and I know a lot of people who really actually dug that game.
Stray, that's it. Yep. Somebody needs to mod a Robey cat into Stray.
Into Stray. We should get that done. Stray, if you're looking for some inspiration, just reach out at Robeytech.com. Let's do it. RoboCat. Okay, that's like, now we've gone to another level. So anyway, guys, that's why we're here today. Super glad that you guys were able to join us. I appreciate you guys being here and just being a part of this, and so thank you. Modders unite, and then we can put it into RTX.
Can we take a video of what's going on over here?
Yeah, sure. Oh, I don't even know what's going on. Okay, here we go, guys.
Because I don't know what's happening, but it looks cool.
But this is just kind of the fun of building at a LAN. Here we go.
Do we know what's going on over there?
So this is where
they're doing some sort of game, it looks like.
We're live here at PDX.
Yep.
And so this is the stuff that we just got to kind of figure out, right? Like what is actually happening here in this channel, you know what I mean?
It's a dance-off. Yeah.
Oh, it's a string on a ring. Oh, it's the.
Oh, they have to. Okay, I don't know what that game is called, but it's the one where you have to attach the hook. The ring on the string, you have to attach it to. Does that have a name? Does
I don't know. It's called what?
Ring toss?
Oh, wow. So it's called, there you go. It's called ring toss. So that's what they're playing right now.
Oh, somebody won.
So there we go, guys. That's what's happening. So you're seeing live stuff here from Perfect Dab Guy noticed. Oh, there you go. He's like on the show. So yeah. Okay, we finally got the cables under control. That took a long time, Jacob. But now it's all pretty. Dabbing, but I can't dab. Like, I have no dab skills. I have dad skills, but I do not have dab skills. It does, dude. Dabbing,
so is that where you draw the line then?
No, I mean I'll try, but it looks just terrible.
Like flossing, I did.
Well, why don't you try, and we'll let the chat decide how terrible it is.
I'll be honest, I don't even know how to try. Like, it looks, I'm so uncoordinated when it comes to that. Like, I'm so worried.
That's crazy.
You can dab?
I just thought it was like.
No, there's more to it than you think. I think it's like PC building. No, PC building's easy. Never mind, I'm not supposed to say that.
If I had to use my hands, I could do it.
Okay, we can have Dad hold the camera for a second, and we'll have Brian dab. Okay, here we go, guys. This is, I'm gonna see, we're gonna do a dab lesson. Here we go. Okay, here we go. So here's Brian dabbing. Wait, do it again? That wasn't quite
That was
the
pretty
dab.
good, I
I wanted
guess.
more. I wanted more panache.
More oomph, I think.
More
Yeah.
oomph.
There you go. That's good. That's better.
That was better. That was good. That was a good one.
That's like a 7 out of 10, I'd say.
That was S tier. Somebody gave you a good score.
Thank you.
Needs a bounce, somebody said.
Is there anybody in the chat who is at PDX LAN?
Yeah, if you're at PDX LAN, can we get something? Is somebody here in the chat at PDX LAN? Say hi and like say something. Yes. If you're here, come by to the booth, and then we have some RTX.
We're
pins.
having a dab competition.
A dab competition. Oh. Okay. If you are here at the booth and you come and dab.
Oh, my God. That was quick.
Yeah, that was quick. That was quick. There you go. So we will have people, Dad, if you'll get their names, we will have you guys choose the best dabber, and we'll give away a 4060. I got a Gigabyte 4060. We'll give away a Gigabyte. No, I have another Zotac 4060, so I'll give away another Zotac 4060. You have to be here at PDX. You got to dab. We got one guy already, and that was a good dab. And he's got the red shirt. Get his name, get your name. So if we'll choose, and then we'll choose one person, that person will win a 4060 from Zotac. You gotta go dab. You gotta go dab back there, and then check in with, and then we'll choose a random person. Best dab, guys.
Y'all are in trouble.
Okay, here we go. Best dabbing.
Apparently we have a professional dabber here, I think.
Okay, here we go. Dabs are up. Okay, here we go. You guys ready? Dab competition. Oh, that was a double dab. Double dab. Okay, who's next? Oh, he even did the leg. Okay. Next up, keep calm, be quiet. You got to see the dab. Oh.
With the drink
With
still
the
in the
drink,
hand.
too.
Not even spilled. That's pretty good.
Okay, guys, and make sure you guys follow up with. Okay, here we go. Ready for the dab. Whoa! Okay, we got one more. We got one more.
That was good.
Tear it up.
All right, here we go.
Oh, that was a lot of panache. Okay, so we got our first round of dabbers. If you are here at PDX LAN and you are down to potentially win a 4060 from Zotac, come sign in over there. We'll get your information, and then we'll give one away. Yeah, for sure. Dude, for that dab competition. Don't forget the intro. Yeah, and then he's got a rad shirt. Okay.
He does have the rad shirt. That does
He
help.
has a rad shirt. People are, we're gonna. You just gotta sign right here with this gentleman, the GeForce hat. Papa Robeytech. Okay, I think that's gonna be good enough. I could spend all day on cable, on doing cable management, but I'm just gonna get this going. That was a good call. That was good, the dab call. And it all started with Brian. So yeah, there you go, guys. You know, if you work hard enough and you ask more, sometimes your dreams will come true, and you will get a dab competition.
So they've been waiting their whole life.
Waiting their whole life. It was like the one thing I'm good at. I'm gonna make it happen. If you dab hard enough, your dreams will come true. I know there's like a song there somewhere.
Where can I see the specs of the PC being built?
Let's show you guys right here, and then we also have links as well, but here's the PC that we're actually building here today. There's the little parts. Oh, he's got to come over and dab. We got 2 more dabbers? Okay, we got 2 more dabbers, guys. There's the parts going in there. People coming in to get their dab done. Get their dab on. Just come back over here. Okay, guys, ready? More dabs. Come in with a roaming thing. Oh, that was pretty good. That was pretty good.
That was
We
the
got
classic.
one more. You
That was a
dabbing?
classic.
Okay, he's got to do it again. I don't know if you've ever known that you've dabbed in front of 9,000 people before, but there we go. Dude, he's got the hair. The hair went so well. That was good. That was good. And respect for the LTT jacket at the same time. There we go. It's contagious, guys.
Who does the chat think won that?
Okay, so out of
Dab
the
up.
ones you guys have seen so far, who do you guys think, like, do you know how to know who it is, Dad?
I think it's James Pilot, the guy that jumped.
Oh, okay. Dad's like, I know who my winner is. Somebody said Brian. Well, if anything, guys, we might just do it. We'll choose random. We'll probably end up having to
Somebody
do
said
random.
the jump dabber.
The jump dabber, black sweater guy. I like how we didn't even get their names. So like people are just naming them. Ron. Oh, dude, the best was LaGueno. Okay. Neckbeard. Oh no. We got 6 names, we'll choose one. The Flow Dabber. Chad. Oh man. Okay, so let's flip this over. It's time for AIO.
Check this out.
It's looking good though, right?
Yeah, it's clean. How many zip ties have you used so far?
We have it right here, which by the way,
Yes. I've heard this one before. Don't ask me to sing it.
It's the county them if you can. Evens ours, who can know? Make your wages on every show. Hey now, Robey's the zip tie man.
so for zip ties, guys, we're not doing it for this one, but usually we let people do a guess and count and all that sort of stuff. We're not doing that today. But the case that is being used is the brand new Antec C8 ARGB. This is a brand new case, 160 millimeter fans, all pre-installed and all that sort of stuff. So that's what we're working on right now. And then we just got finished with our initial set of cable management. We'll do a preview here. Here we go. Here's a preview of the build, so you guys can kind of see where it is right now as I get everything out for the AIO. So there is our inside right there. And then the best part is, dude, this isn't bad. Check out the back. See, the back also looks pretty clean as it is right now. So there's the inside, and then the back also nice and cleaned up and ready to go. So we got everything kind of in channels, so that's where things sit right now. So yeah, and then we're gonna be giving, like I said, this will be given away via a Gleam giveaway that you guys will be seeing coming live on Monday. So yeah. Okay, now guys, this is AIO time. And I don't know, we probably, actually not that many. What, it looks like, what, 10?
You got 7 here.
7, okay. So not that many. Okay, let's put that right there. Where our space is a little out of control.
You need to learn his cable management skills. They like your cable management skills there,
Thank
Robey.
you. No predictions today, guys. No predictions today. We're keeping it simple, keeping it classy for the fine folks over at
Just dabbing,
Zotac.
no predictions.
Just dabbing. Just talking about soup. You know, all the things. The PSU is not in yet. I do it at the end. All right, so let's get our beautiful. Of course, we're gonna do LCD. Should be cool.
How many gray fleeces does Robey have?
What? These, dude. What do you mean? These are amazing. They're not.
No, how many?
2. Not very many. We're gonna make more. Not enough. 5.5. The only prediction will be who will dab better, Jacob or Ruby. Actually, you know how to dab, so you already win.
I do?
Do you not know how to dab? Oh, dude. I feel like you,
I think you just look at somebody and
I know about PCs and gaming. That's about it.
I'm not dabbing. I feel like the dab, it's just you just put your hand down, right? Like that's all there is
There you
to
go,
it, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you just, there we go.
double dab.
That's a double dab. There you go. It's like, oh, the dabbing.
You can switch back and forth like.
Maybe we can ask the NPCs in Covert Protocol about dabbing.
There we go. Yeah, we should actually ask about it. Yes, we should find out like who is the best dabber. Multi-dab, spasm dab.
Never across the dab,
dab.
Alexa. Never across
Oh
the dab.
man. Okay, so here's a one I've been saving. One of those questions as we get into the AIO time, which always is a fun conversation.
So which AIO you have here?
So we're using the Lian Li Galahad 2 LCD 360. This is the non-infinity one, given that we're not using infinity fans throughout the whole thing. This is a non-infinity one. Should look really well with the other RGB fans. And then we have like the light wings. That'll kind of bring a nice little, like a bit of like differentiation across the different bands. So I think this will
So
be
is this
nice.
one of the ones that you could put your own graphic on it?
Yep.
So we could clip that.
Dab?
We could clip you dabbing and
Yes.
put it on that AIO.
Yes, we could. We could totally do that. And if you wanted to have that nightmare fuel, you could. So, question for, we talked about soup, we talked about everything. Best 80s movie.
Oh my god.
Best 80s movie, guys. What would you say the best 80s movie is?
Ghostbusters 1?
Okay, Ghostbusters 1, Red Dawn, Porky's Breakfast Club Commando, Aliens, Ferris Tron, Lost Boys. I have to do mine has got
Short Circuit. I love
Short
that movie.
Circuit.
Okay, best 90s movie.
I don't even think there are any good movies in the 90s.
Jurassic Park.
Just kidding. I just wanted to see what Actually, that is more passion than you had the entire time.
Jurassic Park, yeah. Matrix.
God, it was
also.
like, guys, do you ever seen Jacob Rage? I just saw it. I just saw the Jacob Rage.
Jurassic Park, Matrix. There's a lot of good 90s movies.
Dumb and Dumber. Fifth Element. Multipass. So this does not have thermal paste, which is good because I brought thermal paste. So I'm really glad I did that. We'll have to do the dot trick then.
So what is your thermal paste application method?
It's the spread, but I'm gonna, if I do the spread, which we'll probably have to do here, and I always bring backup just in case, we're gonna do the spread method because I wanna make sure the entire IHS is covered. What about you?
I still do the dot in the center.
Still do the dot in the center, okay.
Yep. I will do that until the day I die, the dot in the center.
Hackers. It's got a 14.4 BPS modem. Hack
Oh my
the
gosh,
planet.
there was a poll.
Hack the planet.
Yoshi put a poll up on the NVIDIA channel. Who dabs better, Jacob or Robey? And I won 71% of the vote.
Good. I would expect no different. I feel like that's a biased audience, but batteries not included. Okay, guys, just getting all the stuff ready for this AIO. Just has to have all the plugs in and all that fun stuff.
X with a dot in the center. Is that, I haven't seen
wow,
that one.
I have not seen
You mean
that
an
one.
X with a extra in the center?
What's the dot for?
I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that one. I have done the spread method though before. I've done that and it seemed to work pretty good, but I don't know. A smiley face. That works.
Okay, we got all of our stuff here. So I feel like, okay, we're good. So now we're gonna put this up. Ugh. I don't have my adjustable table like I normally do. Yeah, I'm just sitting on cinder blocks today.
Where's the giveaway taking place? So the giveaway will be taking place, we'll have the details later on, but it will be on Twitch, and you will need to put the command into, because we can only record the entries for one platform, so you will need to put it in Robeytech's chat. But we will tell you when it is time to do that.
Yeah, we don't want people to leave their chat. You got plenty of time. I'll let you guys know. If you are used to watching Robeytech and you're on YouTube or any of those work fine. It's just one channel per platform. And we'll have more information on that. Just chill. We got time. Don't worry. Now, when we do tell you, you'll have 14 seconds. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Somebody's asking about the PSU. So it's an Asus 850 watt tough.
It's one of my
that we're
guys.
using.
The PSU is one of my favorites. You'll see it's one of the easiest ones to actually manage. You'll see this a little bit later on. And I really like that PSU. Okay, this is where I get all my hand strength, having to hold AIOs up one-handed while I do this.
That feels like me doing the demo yesterday on stage. So yesterday, the demo that we are going to be showing on a little bit later on this stream is the Covert Protocol demo, and we did that on stage yesterday, and it's challenging to do on stage because you need to control the character and you need to talk into the mic, and I was holding a mic as well. So yes, I feel your pain, Robey. I feel your pain.
Thank you. I'm glad that somebody does. Okay, here we go. Once I get these two in, then we're basically good to go. Are you any good at this game? Oh, what are they playing now?
It's the same thing, but bigger.
Oh, it's a huge. Can you show that over there? They got like a mega size version of what did we say that game is called?
Ring toss.
That's what it's called? I feel like ring toss is
String toss.
string toss.
Dab toss.
It's a huge version of whatever that game's called.
That we can't agree on, even though Jacob and I have no real like way to.
It's not tetherball, I know that for sure.
Dude, I love tetherball. How many injuries did you get playing tetherball? Any?
A few, yeah.
Yeah, dude, tetherball's like.
It messes up your hands, yeah.
Have you ever been hit by the face in a tetherball?
That hasn't happened, I don't think, but that probably hurts too.
I'm
I'm guessing that's happened.
That's like sympathy pain right there. Who's played tetherball and who's been hit in the face with the tetherball? Dude, tetherball is injuries. And he goes, I ruled tetherball at recess. Good. Okay, that makes me feel better.
I was actually quite good at it at one point in my life.
I got one person who tells me that they got hit in the face with the tetherball. I'm surprised, like you were just like, we're so good. Because the thing is, sometimes you'd hit it so hard, and then
I remember hitting it one time and it flew off the string and it went like way down there.
And this is how we found out that Jacob is a mutant.
And then I played tetherball and then I got a PC and I was like, all right, there's no more tetherball for me.
Tetherball. And then I took the PC and tacked it to the tether.
Yeah.
And we played tether PC.
Tether PC, that would really hurt, I think.
Dude, yes it would. I wonder where somebody thought of the game. Like, you ever think about those games?
Yeah, that's a wild one, I don't know.
No more outside, only inside. Yes, after that, Jacob hasn't touched grass since his adult life.
I've never been outside.
Nor is he saying Old McDonald.
No, never been outside.
Very sheltered life. Okay, we're just getting the screws in for this. Dude, yeah, I mean, I guess that counts, right? RTX ray trace grass? You've touched ray trace grass.
Yeah. Alan Wake 2 has ray trace grass. So does Cyberpunk, I think. I remember seeing grass in Cyberpunk.
I mean, yeah, there is when you get further out. Little tufts of grass.
Yeah.
That counts, right?
There's a lot of. I think there's more roads than grass in the world of Cyberpunk, but there is some grass, I think.
Hey, Rugina, thank you very much for the sub gift.
Roads and deserts in the world of Cyberpunk.
Yeah, there you go.
A lot of deserts.
Ray traced sand. There we go.
Horizon has a lot of grass.
It does. That is actually very true. There's a lot of vegetation in the world of Horizon.
Alan Wake 2 has a lot of grass too, especially in the early parts of the game.
Okay, guys, we are surprise. You guys do get to have the thermal paste moment, which I did not know we were going to do, but hey, surprise. Luckily, I brought all of my thermal paste appropriate tools here.
There you go. Yep.
Here we go, guys.
In games, grass is one of those things that you can really appreciate, like nice looking grass in games, kind of like water. There are some games that have much better looking grass than other ones. And
Okay, so we'll put the dab in.
Horizon's one of them. You gonna do the smiley face?
No, we're gonna spread it like we're supposed to. None of these. Make sure the entire IHS is covered. We're not gonna play any of those games. We're gonna make sure this PC runs well. We got some good demos to run on it. We wanna make sure temps are good and all that sort of stuff, so. No heart method, that's been the new one. People putting like hearts for Valentine's Day. There we go.
There you go.
Nice and clean and smooth.
I give it an 8 out of 10.
What?
I don't know, what do you guys think? I see some bare spot. There's some on the IHS here.
Oh, well, okay.
Or on the-
That's fair, that's fair. Okay, here we go, guys.
Whoa, some said 7 out of 10.
7.5. Dude, people are
was,
being like mean.
I gave you a better score than that.
10 out of 10. Thank you.
Where are you guys? If you guys are just joining us, we are live at PDX Land, close to Portland. Technically not in Portland, but very close. It's a huge LAN party. There's about 800 to 900 gamers here.
Yep, and then we are currently building a PC in celebration of Zotac, Zotac's 4080 Super.
It's been a good time, yeah. We've been talking about gaming, graphics, we've been dabbing, we've
had a dab competition. There we go, we got this beautiful screened AIO here. You know, everything that we, when we do something like this, we want a system that really is like good for the build too.
0.5 out of 10. Oh my gosh.
Dude, you guys are, wow. You guys can judge me all you want. The temps will tell the story.
Yeah.
No, no. You hold that down. Just hold the front. There you go. There.
Doing something, Robey. Helping.
Thank you. We're getting this screwed on. There we go. Get a couple more of these in, and then we can actually. Jacob's like, I wasn't supposed to help at all. My contract says only blue M&Ms and no helping with the build.
Yep, violated already.
Violated.
No children's nursery rhymes.
Yeah, no children's nursery rhymes,
Yeah.
no judging from. There's already been too much outside of my.
Don't let Jacob near the scissors. Yeah, that's a.
Oh, you're very famous for
That
those.
was a horror story. True story, actually.
I know.
I don't know if I want to tell the story in front of 9,000 people though. But
I think we told that last time.
I think we did.
I think we told it. I think it's so notorious at this point in time. I feel like you're just not giving people the joy. Okay, guys, we're just getting this down.
All right, so yeah, we'll talk. We'll tell it. Okay. So for those of you who don't know, you actually can get injured overclocking, and
Yeah,
I know because it happened.
Dude, we had a lot of fun when we did the liquid nitrogen overclocking. You remember that?
Yeah. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Yeah, on a previous stream, so I did. We were doing some liquid nitrogen overclocking, and when you do extreme overclocking, the most important thing is when you're
Safety.
overclocking is safety. Yes, which I didn't follow, I guess apparently.
Which we kind of were throwing to the wind after
But
a while.
the second most important thing is insulating the board so that the board doesn't get water on it. Because water, as it turns out, water on electronics that's not contained is not a good thing.
Yeah.
So in order to do that, we use foam, and we had to cut this foam. And my method of cutting was using scissors that apparently were really sharp. And live on stream, I did slice my finger, and I wrapped it up initially, but as it turns out later, I actually had to get stitches.
Like, dude, it was like a big cut.
So that's the story. Yep.
It was like a genuine cut.
Yeah. So when anybody says you can't get hurt in this overclocking game, it's not true. It's not true. I've been there.
But we were throwing caution to the wind with the liquid nitrogen. Like, we were like doing pants, and just make sure if you're watching this, do it supervised.
Live and learn. Live and learn. Wear gloves.
Wear gloves.
Wear gloves.
The moral of the story is
There's a clip of that somewhere.
okay, Now
well,
you
the truth is, I didn't know. I didn't know initially that it was Stitch's level of injury either. Until hours later after the stream, I was like, this is still bleeding. I should probably go get this checked.
I like how that was the indication. Yeah, it's still bleeding. In fact, I'm feeling faint and lightheaded.
Yep. So that's why I let you handle all the sharp objects, Robey.
Yeah, because I'm safer. That'll still last for another.
But thankfully, I lived to another day. And,
To tell the tale.
Here I am.
Here you are today,
Here I
still
am
telling
today.
that story as
live
an
to tell-
inspiration
live
for
to tell
future
the tale.
generations.
Yeah. Let that be a lesson to all of you. Wear gloves when you're extreme overclocking. What's this event? This event is PDX LAN. It happens twice a year, actually. So this is PDX LAN Spring. There's a PDX LAN in fall as well. And we are here with 800 or 900 so gamers, or so gamers. And yeah, it's a lot of fun. You guys, if you guys are in the area, you should check it out. It's called PDX LAN.
Today is the visit day. Like if you want to come, tomorrow's the visit day. So if you want to come check it out and just get an idea about it, you can come and visit. You can come and visit today or tomorrow. Tomorrow, yes, and it's like
tomorrow,
$20. Yeah. If you wanted to come and actually just check it
Yeah,
out.
you should. And if you don't make it to this one and you're in the area, definitely check it out for future. It's tons of fun. We are here as well, NVIDIA, with some cool demos and hardware to show as well, and tons of giveaways. There's tons of giveaways at this show.
Yeah, not just from NVIDIA. Like we have like Intel, like we have MSIs doing giveaways. So there's like, if you were like into PC DIY and you want to just play games with a bunch of really cool people, then yeah, come check it out for sure. So definitely worth doing. Trying to find the, oh, there they are. Like trying to find the fans, but not found them. Okay guys, after this, like we're like beyond the halfway point at this point. Once you get the AIO in and hooked up, it's like all downhill from here. So we got our cable all hidden and routed. Okay, it's all mounted. Now I just got to get it hooked up, and then we're gonna put in our GPU. It's time to finally get to the 4080
Yes.
Super.
We are
and then
putting a 4080 Super in this guy.
And then we're gonna put our cable extensions, our PSU, and then we'll turn it on. And you can see the back of the cable management is already pretty close to finished.
I have to say, that's pretty good. Your cable management skills, I give it a
3 out of 10.
like a 7.
A 7. Okay, that's a little bit better.
That's a passing grade.
Thank you. I think. Okay, let's go. And then we have one USB cable, and then I'll manage the rest.
Where is the show? The show is near Portland, Oregon, in United States.
Thanks for clarifying.
Well, you never know. How many people in the chat are not in the United States? I'm actually genuinely curious.
Well, it's actually, yeah. There we go.
You guys want water or anything?
I've still got mine.
I'm
Thank
good.
you, though.
I still got a monster.
So
So
much
yeah,
energy.
quite a few actually. Asia, EU,
Wow, there's actually
Puerto
that's
Rico,
actually a cool.
Argentina.
A lot of people from all over the place. That's awesome. Well, welcome everybody. Thank you for hanging out with us.
Here's another question. Wherever you are in the world, what time is it right now?
Yeah, what time are you watching right now?
Right now
and
it's
should
almost
you be in
2
bed
o'clock.
and are your parents mad at us?
Yeah.
A lot of near midnight.
Oh wow. Yeah. Okay. It's dabbing time. I like that.
A lot of near midnight, folks. 1:44 a.m. Go to bed. And if your parents are going to get mad at us, please don't. I don't want to get any mad. I don't want to get any angry notes.
It's
from
Robey's
parents.
fault if they get mad.
Thanks. Throws me under the bus immediately. Okay, finishing this up, and then guys, it's right into GPU put in the GPU time. So you want to talk a little bit about the 4080 Super? Like, what's so special about it? Like, what's new? What makes it super? Besides, like, the fact that it got an awesome price drop.
Yeah, so the 4080 Super is the new line, just came out in January, of super cards. So there's a 4070 Super, there's a 4070 Ti Super, and there's a 4080 Super. So these three Super variants are essentially superized. Is that a word?
You've just created one.
Yeah, so they are upgraded versions over the original cards. So they have, depending on the cards, in some cases they are faster, in other cases they have more memory and faster as well. And in the case of the 4080 Super, it got a bit of a performance bump, and it got a price drop as well. So yeah, it's very cool. And these cards are awesome.
And they've had and Zotac just recently had
Yeah. Soup. Oh, I get it.
Told you, dude. Once
There
you
you
bring
go.
it in, it's always there.
There you go.
And
4080 Super is an awesome card. I actually, on a lot of the streams that I do, and I won't name the streams due to, I don't want to, I gotta follow the rules here. But I have another stream. And that one is, I use a 4080 Super on that stream. It's on the NVIDIA channel. And I use a 4080 Super pretty much every week on that channel, and I'm at 4K, it's an awesome card.
You can tell people what, I don't have a problem with it. Dude, it's not, I was being facetious.
I'm
I was
just
like,
kidding.
dude, I do not care.
Yeah, so every week on the NVIDIA channel.
It was
And
just funny to
we
say
use
that.
we use a 4080 Super on there, play the latest games, and it's an awesome card for 4K.
Yeah, no, I was being facetious. Sorry if you really thought I was being anal about that. That is not true.
I'm just kidding.
Oh my gosh. Remember we used to be friends before the stream started, and now it's over? I'll look upon this stream fondly. I'll be like, that's the last time I ever saw Jacob.
Never came back again. But huge shout out to Zotac, by the way, for this card and this stream, actually. It all came together because of our friends over at Zotac.
Yeah, their team and letting me do this with them has been absolutely awesome. And then again, huge shout out to obviously nvidia, who I know Zotac was really excited about to get a
Hey,
chance.
look, they're there.
Hey, what's up, Zotac? And we're getting ready to debut their card in just a second. I'm just doing the last little kind of bits of cable management to show it off. Just making sure that the rest of this looks good. We got to build a card. We got to build a build worthy of the GPU, which this GPU is that's one of the things I really like about the Zotac cards. We were talking about it a little bit earlier. Is just visual identity-wise, just a really different looking 40 series card, which I love, right? And so I've had a number of builds. In fact, my first 40 series build was a 4090 Zotac.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that was my first 40 series build ever.
That was the first ever 40 series build you ever did. That's
Which
awesome.
is with the Zotac 4090.
Yep.
So they've always been huge supporters, and then again, obviously NVIDIA has too, and Jacob is, lets me pay him off from time to time. Just kidding.
Right.
Okay, guys, look at that. Clean, again, cable management. You know what this means? GPU time.
Oh, yes.
We got to do the GPU unboxing.
The star of the show.
The star of the show, making its debut. I think we got a great looking build to put inside of it.
Oh, I almost knocked over the table. That was close. That was close. I was almost banned from all
You had
Robeytech
one job,
streams.
not to knock over the table. Okay, so let's scoot this up a little bit here. Time for the star of the show. Ready for some, here we go. Here it is right here. This is the new amp, 4080 Super amp that we're showing off here today. If you guys are watching from Zotac's Twitch right now, can we get some hype in the channel? Because I'm just huge shout out to the Zotac folks and everybody else. We'll show it off here in a minute. If you're watching in there, please let me just say a hi, get some hype in the chat for the Zotac folks. Okay, here we go. We're gonna get the beautiful knife here.
Whoa.
It says, love gaming, power the win. I love it, and the other thing too is they have a lot of these little things all over there,
Oh, yeah.
all over. So it's what it says right here. You can zoom in on that right there. There it is, love gaming, power the win. Just some really, really cool stuff that they've done there. Okay, so here we go.
Jacob stepped back from the knife. Yeah.
And then the other two is like their boxes. Yeah, the unboxing. Here it is. Okay, so the box is always like a nice gray color. We did their Spider-Man one that you guys did for a while,
Yeah,
so I
I
really
saw
like
that
this.
one. That one's cool.
So it comes in there, it says Love Gaming, Power the Win, right? It's got some, this is vacuum sealed air from the factory. I'm just kidding, it's not true. What do we got inside here? We got,
Oh, nice.
there it is. There's your little, there's their little guy. Here, let's see if you can put that together.
All right. See how it goes.
Okay, get all this extra stuff out.
I think I got it.
You got it? Okay,
Think
show
so.
it off to everybody.
Not yet. Takes time.
There we go.
Look at that.
You figured it out. all your PC building skills come into there. Get some massive paper cut. Dude, they don't trust you at all.
Would you, Robey? Would you?
Okay, so it
Put
says
that
right
right
inside, obviously bigger card, so it says caution, make sure that you use a GPU stand, so it does come with a GPU stand, which we'll be using
that's
there.
cool.
Which
Okay.
actually, dude, that's actually well done. Here, let's see if this will paper cut you. Here, let me see your hand.
All right, live on stream.
Live on stream, can't we draw blood? Like I'm measured in zip ties, yours is quarts of blood lost.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's our GPU stand, which is nice. Thanks, that's actually pretty cool they include that.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah, and it matches the aesthetic, right?
Yeah. So you can
Wow, this
change.
card
You can
is-
change the height.
Whoa. Jacob. Dude, this is thin. No, look how thin that is. So this, there's not a lot of thin options for 4080s. So there's only and this is almost like a little bit 2.5 slot. But there you go, right
Well, it
there.
takes up this is 2 PCIe slots.
Yeah.
It obviously is a little bit taller than
It's
that.
a little bit taller, but very, very nice.
You could definitely fit that into a lot
you
of
could definitely fit
chassis.
this into some smaller things. I really do like the colors here, but and then I like this right here. So they went to like more of a painted scheme right there, but it is that's a very pretty card.
Are you going to do the peel?
Yeah. No, sorry. I'm like honestly genuinely enjoying the card. The design is really nice. I love, and again, it's rounded. Oh wow, that's kind of cool. Looks like, dude, like I like that. It's nice. Okay, here we go, guys. Peel time. This is the most appealing part of this stream.
I get it. I do get it. I give that like a 2 out of 10. That joke.
That joke, not the peel. I don't give this peel a very good score either because I'm doing really bad here, but
Can they hear that?
I can try. It's really loud in here. Yeah, I dropped the GPU. Oh, now it's all stuck on my fingers. Worst peel ever. I like that. Like this. There we go.
I give that peel, Robey's peel, like a 2 out of 10, but I give the card a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
11 out of 10.
There we go, guys. There is the card.
Awesome looking card. I like the PCIe bracket, the logo right here.
Yeah. And that's something else that they actually do very cool. Is like they use really long,
Yeah, I noticed that.
which is actually really easy to
Grab,
Yeah,
so
to
those
grab.
ones-
So it's actually, and they come out really nicely. So you got 3 display ports, single HDMI ports.
Huh?
The other thing too that is also nice about Zotac, and I know just to give them a little bit
Your
more love.
peel license has been revoked.
I'll try and make it up when we do the
That's
peel
tough.
on the build. So one other thing I really actually like about their And is the bag that they store it in? So a lot of times they'll use anti-static bags, but theirs are actually like almost like a bubble wrap bag. They're a lot easier to get in and out.
Right.
It's a first world problem for us tech tubers who have to repackage cards, but it's a nice thing. So I appreciate that. Okay, so we got everything ready here.
Oh, is it as opposed to the anti-static bag only?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an anti-static bubble bag.
Yeah, it's like an
that's cool.
anti-static bubble bag, which is just easier to get in and out. Okay, Brian, you ready for some installation action here? Get rid of our 2 slots here.
How long is the stream going to last?
We're over halfway done, so I'm guessing that, I don't know, I don't know for sure, but it's actually in, we're cooking with gas. And the reason that we're never precise, and nor do we tell you exactly when the giveaways are going to happen, is because we kind of want you to watch. That's the whole point. It's funny. That's how that kind of works. Okay, here we go, guys. Get a little installation action.
Nice.
Oh, satisfying click.
Yep.
And it looks really good. I'll stand it up here. I don't even know if we'll need a anti-sag on this.
I mean, this card is pretty solid
It's
even
pretty-
without it. So, oh wait, you forgot a peel.
Oh, okay. Here we go. I got to do better. Here we go.
Here's your chance to redeem yourself. Okay, there you go.
Was that
10
better?
out of 10 peel.
10 out of, there you go. Much better peel on that one. And I have to say, Brian's camera work really helped with that.
Camera was out of focus, 7 out of 10. The peel was good, just the camera operator wasn't as good apparently.
There we go. Okay, guys, so here's just a look so you guys can see. What do you guys think? I mean, that looks really good inside. And look at those fans down there are going to do a great job of just filling that thing with lots of air. So how are we looking sag-wise? Doesn't look like it's sagging. I mean, we could put it right here just to give it. Oh. So that would hold, yeah, that's it basically hold it up. I don't think it actually, it looks like I don't think it needs the bracket, but.
If you need a little more stability, then that'll definitely help.
Yeah,
but
it
it's
is
pretty
tall
pretty
enough.
solid even without the
Yeah,
support
it looks,
bracket.
I mean, I'd prefer to have like the floaty look, but we'll go from there. Okay, guys, so now we're at the last part of this. We're gonna throw our cable extensions on, and then get our PSU done, and then we're done with the build. So we got some black Asia Horse, and then of course we're gonna use the beautiful Cable Mod 16 pin,
Yep.
just to make sure this thing looks fan-freaking-tastic when we're done.
What are they doing in the background? I don't actually know.
I don't know, what are you guys doing in the back? What are you guys working on? Pop Dart. Oh, Pop Dart. Oh, Pop
What is it?
Darts.
Pop Tarts? They have Pop Tarts in
They're
it?
running Pop Darts.
Oh, Pop Darts.
Pop Darts. And we don't know what that
What
does.
are Pop Darts?
I don't know what Pop Darts are. Okay, so we're gonna get some. You can see the size of the line going on over there.
I do like Pop Tarts though.
Favorite Pop Tart? Go.
S'more.
Yep, that's mine too. I don't even think there is another Pop Tart. Chocolate is wrong. So
It's
I mean,
s'more.
I heard s'more. S'more. Brown sugar is actually really good too. I like the brown sugar.
I tried the pancake one,
There's a pancake one.
maple pancakes.
Was it good?
Stick with the s'more. You're
Stick
good.
with the s'more.
Yeah.
Ever seen the Family Guy skit where they're like singing that song, like butters on Pop-Tarts?
Yeah. I've never tried butter on Pop Tarts either.
A lot of brown sugar Pop Tarts. I've seen that one a lot.
Nobody said, but that's because everybody knows that they're working on the second best
Or is it
one.
waffle? It's either pancakes or waffle.
Okay, there we go. The problem here is making sure that this doesn't get too spun.
Toaster strudels are underrated in the Pop-Tart debate.
Dude, toaster strudels were the bomb. Almost as good as Jacob's dab. Honestly, toaster strudels.
Almost.
Almost.
Not quite.
Not quite as good as Jacob's dab, but still pretty good. I have to say, like a good set of braided cables, a good set of cable extensions, really just elevates a build, guys.
Yep, that is very clean.
There we go. Nice. Okay, so now we just have 2 more extensions. We got 2 up at the
Almost
top.
there. We're almost there.
Almost there. Build is almost
So yeah,
done.
if you guys didn't see earlier, we are going to once we get this booted up, we're going to play some Cyberpunk, see how that does. We're going to play some Horizon, and then we got a cool new demo that we showed off at GTC and GDC. That's called Ace Protocol. It's very cool. You guys definitely want to see that. There's a lot of action going on over there. Whatever's happening.
Stuff is happening for sure.
Will it boot up though?
Will it post? That's always the question. Now, just so you guys know, so there's not something where you guys think there's some sort of voodoo magic happening, because I've now learned that people, like, I'll get done and the PCs turn on and there's already an OS on it. To be super clear, guys, I've already benched this. I've already put games on it. I've already put all that stuff on it. So when you guys see that, no, PCs do not come with pre-installed OSs. Like, you do have to do all that stuff. We just do that for, there's a lot of prep that goes into a show beforehand. Oh, I've never seen these, dude.
These are cool looking. I was just looking at
These are
these.
very cool. So these are new ones that I just got from Asia Horse, and they have like see-through.
It's like smoky
It's like a smoky see-through.
It's hard to see on.
There you go. Oh, he got it fixed. So it's got like a smoky see-through, and so this scripted. It's not scripted. They're not scripted. No, there's all sorts of things that can go wrong. Like when this, like when he gets shaft. See, you weren't expecting that.
Was not expecting that at all.
That's not
No.
scripted. Not a real boy. Scripted. You think I would script me dabbing? Heck no.
That was not in the script
That
at
was
all.
not in the script.
There was no dabbing in the script whatsoever.
No, we just don't want to turn the build on and it not work. And the other thing too is I don't know if you guys know this, but there's a person here named Mary, and she is an MMA fighter, and if the build doesn't turn on, she will just kill you. And so it's like, I would like to live, you know? I'm just saying, I care about my life. She's scary. No. So she'll hurt me.
I think she'll be okay to you. Me, on the other hand, yeah.
Yeah.
But we love Mary.
We do love Mary. How many slots is this GPU? It's 2.5. It's basically 2 and maybe
It's 2 PCIe slots,
2.
but it overhangs a little bit.
Off
But
the
it,
half.
like
Maybe
Robey was saying,
it's-
for a 4080, for a high-end 4080, it's actually relatively
It's really thin.
on the smaller side, which means it can fit into a lot of chassis.
Which is always like sometimes some of the struggle with certain ones.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, the size actually really surprised me. I was not ready for it. So one of the things I actually love about opening GPUs, sometimes especially new stuff, is you guys, one of the things I like about my show is we get to play with so much new hardware that you guys get my like honest reaction when I open a card, which is like, oh. So, which is what I had the moment I just had with this one.
So you said this one is new, right?
This one.
This card is new.
Yeah,
Just came out.
Just came out. So this card is there. This is different. Zotac, it's like it just came out, right? It's like we're celebrating it a little
You said
bit.
it is.
So very, very cool.
It came out late March.
But still, that's still relatively new. I mean, that's like in the scheme of things, it's pretty new.
Well, that was like a week ago.
Oh yeah. Dang it, time goes, I just, you know, it's, yeah, nothing.
A week ago is relatively new.
A week ago is relatively new. Honestly, and the other thing too is like Zotac did the, I don't know, they did Into the Spider-Verse. I don't know if you guys remember that back in the day, but not that, it wasn't that long ago, but their Into the Spider-Verse stuff was actually a lot of fun too. They make some cool cards. What year is it, Marty? Yeah, you just had Robey have that moment. Okay guys, so we got our 3, there we go. Nice set of clean cables here.
Robeytech went into the Spider-Verse.
I did in that video. If you've ever seen it, I actually went into the Spider-Verse in that video.
What's it like in there?
It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. And then I showed up and I had this beautiful Spider-Man design case that I got out of the Spider-Verse.
Nice. Maybe you can take me there someday, Robey.
Nope. Only people can sing Old MacDonald.
Oh, man.
It's like a key requirement of going into the Spider-Verse.
How much will that case build weigh in the end?
I don't know. It's not
that heavy, actually.
It doesn't have this PSU in yet, though.
Yeah, that's true. But even without the PSU,
it weighs about the size of a human head. Which is 8.5 pounds. No, it's heavier than that.
I'm worried that you know that.
See you later, Igor. Thanks for stopping by, dude. Okay, here we go. A little bit more, some more installation here.
Could you dab with one hand and hold it in the other?
The PC?
Should we have that competition to see? That's a bad idea.
I like how you started thinking about it. You're like, nope, nope, not a good idea. Okay, one more. There it is. One more cable, and then we're done, guys. And then it's just PSU, and we turn it on. This is gonna go. This is always like the visual trick of like remembering how this is gonna go in, so the cable combs are in the right place.
What happened to the music, by the way?
It's still playing. I hear it.
I don't hear it anymore.
Oh, I hear it very well.
Too bad.
Is your pack dead? No? Oh, you pushed the button, dude.
Oh, there we go. Nice. That was sad.
How long have you not heard
A little while, actually.
We can't take Jacob anywhere, exactly. Okay, just trying to get this last, jeez.
With heavy cards like the 4080, is it possible to run in green mode where it draws limited power? Well, I mean, there is ways to limit the power consumption on cards. There's a few different ways. You could reduce the power target in overclocking software, which will reduce the power usage. There's a few other ways to do it as well. That might be the easiest way, though.
Okay, there we go, guys. Lined up, how does that look? So that's essentially the finished front of the build. Like that is what it's gonna look like when it is all done. So that's pretty much like what it will be when we're finished, right? Like there's nothing else. We're gonna have some cool lighting and stuff like that, but for the most part, that's the build. All we gotta do now is throw a PSU in and it's done.
Can a 4090 run Crysis 3? Yes.
So nice,
whatever they're
clean,
playing out
smart
there,
aesthetics.
whatever they're playing out there sounds intense. Yes, it does. It's very intense. We still have no idea what it is. Apparently it's pop darts.
Pop darts.
Can we see what's going on over there, though?
I don't think there's a way for us to go that far, yeah. Okay. You want to go see and come back? Okay, let's go to top down here while he's. Oh, he's going. Okay, here we go. Okay, so they're setting it up.
They're throwing. Okay, so they're throwing darts and trying to land it on the board. Okay. It's like suction cup darts. Yeah.
And now we know.
It's lawn darts without the risk of injury.
Okay, so now the best.
How do we enter the giveaway? We'll have more details on how to enter the giveaway very, very soon.
Yeah, we'll start getting people prepped for that here in just a few minutes. Okay, we just got our last little bit of cables in. Okay, so let's see how we look here just to make sure it's straight, and then we'll put it on our PSU. Perfect. Even and clean. Okay, guys.
Jacob-friendly lawn darts. there.
Parts. Our PSU, which I actually really like this PSU for one reason. It's so easy to cable manage. So this is the 850 watt Tough Gaming. Let's just get this in here real quick. Whoops.
Oh boy.
Yeah, the cat's just chilling there. Robey cat, he loves to just keep us and keep you scared, keep you worried all the time. Okay, so the other thing too that's actually kind of nice.
That's the face that Robey cat makes when you drop a PSU.
So check out these cables.
Oh yes, okay. So they're like
Don't untwist that one though. We don't need it.
yeah.
But yeah, they're very easy to. I'll show you guys here in a minute. So these are what I like about these cables. You see how easy and they're very malleable, which makes it really easy, especially in dual chamber cases, to be able to cable manage them. So you can get them nice and small, which is always very, very nice, especially when you're dealing with a lot of times.
Right, yeah. So you can fit it into like the very small
Yep.
areas.
We need a SATA, which nobody makes, which is usually, sometimes it makes me happy, but sometimes it makes me SATA. We got a CPU one.
Okay, that's a 6 out of 10 joke right there.
And that is not it.
So is
CPU
anything in this build using a Molex connector?
Nope, nope. Which I finally learned why Molex still exists. I didn't, like it's funny, for a
some
long
water
time.
cooling stuff still uses it, but
Well, the reason being is that SATA doesn't have the power. Yeah, so you have to switch to Molex, which I didn't know. So even I learned things, guys, and I don't pretend to know
but not
everything.
too many these days use it anymore. Obviously less than
Well,
before.
now they're all switching to PCI, to the PCI ones,
PCIe, yeah.
which makes it way easier. Okay. I'm looking for my
Your what?
cutters.
Oh, these? These?
Yes, that's what I was looking for.
I had them the whole time.
You had them the whole time, and I was over here freaking out. Okay, this is it. And you have everything ready for loading up the demo and everything?
Yep,
Okay.
I think we're good. So we're gonna start with Cyberpunk and Horizon
Yeah,
first?
we'll just run Cyberpunk and just that. We'll use we're actually popping. We'll use that as just kind of a baseline to just kind of see how it runs, right? 'Cause
So
it's like-
this display is 1440p, right?
Yep.
Okay. Yep.
so okay.
So
here.
this card will fly at 1440p.
Okay, we're just gonna get all these hooked up real quick. There we go.
Whoa, there's spooky music on here.
Yeah, I don't know. The audience loves it, and we don't know why. It's been in this playlist and it won't go away. And it's like a Halloween song from October that has just stayed. And like I try to skip through it and people get super mad. And that's people like. So when I'm like, I'll just get rid of it. They're like, no. So it's just stuck around. Apparently my team's really into Halloween.
Yeah, this is a Halloween song. It's April.
Yeah, I know.
it's
I'm
April.
aware.
I noticed this on this case, like this cushion here.
Yeah, so it just makes it really
Yeah.
easy to line this up. Okay. Last screws of, well, actually that's not true. There's some more.
You know, I kind of regret turning my music back on. I'm just kidding. It's a great song, Robey.
You're gonna anger them. You're gonna anger the audience. Just gonna see that number start diving. "209 days till Halloween, guys. This is just to remind you."
Give them the scissors back. Somebody
go.
asked, what CPU are we using here?
We have the Intel Core i7 14700K, which is like a great pairing for 1440p. And so not a lot of times like people think of 4K and you don't need, your CPU becomes far less important at 1440p and 4K. It becomes about the GPU, which is that 4080 Super. Okay, guys. There it is. PSU's in the last component. Okay, now we just gotta.
You know, there's actually a common myth with games that support frame gen, and the common myth is that the frame gen helps most when you're GPU bound, but that's actually not entirely true, because with frame gen you can generate an entire frame essentially on the GPU itself without needing the CPU. So it can help in a lot of situations for games that support frame gen, like Horizon.
Which you guys are gonna see some like.
And Cyberpunk, actually both.
Yeah, good thing is we actually chose some great titles to kind of showcase this with. Between Horizon, another one that if you really want to just see also very good is Alan Wake. Especially the night scene. So there's a lot.
I can take my CPU out and still play it. Not quite. You still do need a CPU.
It's still central.
Yeah, Alan Wake 2 also supports frame gen and path tracing, and Cyberpunk as well. The demo that we, the special demo that we will be showing today, which is the Covert Protocol, does support ray tracing as well, and frame gen, and it's in a real engine. It's a UE5 demo.
Okay, guys. It's time to just do our neat little trick here.
You know, I changed my opinion on the song. I kind of warmed up to it a little bit.
It's a different song now.
Yeah, well, I mean, the last one.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Thanks. Because now they won't be angry.
In retrospect, you know,
Now
it's like a 6 out of 10.
You've done a lot of rating in this show today.
Can you both describe your own PCs? Or PCs? I have a few PCs. You
Yeah,
probably have a few
so
too.
do I have more than one. I have, depending on what kind of games I'm gonna play, is what PCs I have. Okay, guys, this is it.
We're almost there.
Yep. They're having some fun over here. Just saying.
What's that?
They're having some fun over there.
Yeah, it's getting loud. It's getting intense. They're still doing the lawn darts game over there, or the sticky darts, or whatever they're called. Pop darts, I
Pop
guess.
darts. Nope, that way, like, it's even a game safe enough that Jacob can play,
Yes, that's how safe it is.
given his accident proneness. Oh, it's done. That's it.
We have a winner?
We apparently. Last zip tie.
This case is literally more spacious than my own room. It is a pretty big case.
It does have a lot of, it does have a lot of room. Last zip tie of the build, and we're done, guys.
I was imagining every time Robey got a zip tie in, they were cheering. That'd be a lot of cheering.
That'd be a lot of cheering. You want to give the folks a final count of zip ties? Because I put the case back together. There you go.
Awesome. How many we got here?
There's one for the one that just broke on me for some reason.
We got 18.
8? That's actually pretty small for most of my builds. But
What's the average?
8? Well, that's probably. I think average is in the 20s. So we have 20. There you go.
So
There's
can
20.
I NVIDIA remix any game, or are there conditions? There are conditions. RTX Remix works primarily in DX9 games, although it does work in some DX8 games with a wrapper. There was a recent update that somebody did with a wrapper to enable some DX7 games to work as well. But it works primarily with DirectX 9, especially some of the early DirectX 9 games. Like around 2003 to like 2008-ish or so, the games in that era. Even some earlier ones. But yeah, that's the great thing about RTX Remix is there's tons of modders constantly working on it, so it's always changing. There's always more games being added. Like for example, Unreal Tournament for a long, long time. In fact, any Unreal Engine 1 game wasn't compatible for a long time, and that wasn't until very recently that people were able to add compatibility for Unreal Engine 1 games, like Unreal and Unreal Tournament and Deus Ex. Deus Ex is an Unreal game? I think so. I don't remember.
There we go.
So what games have you been playing recently, Robey?
So I've been playing Horizon Zero Dawn, but not Forbidden West.
The first one.
Yeah, personally. I've been playing Deep Rock, the new auto shooter Deep Rock game.
Okay, yeah, I
that
know.
game has been super awesome. It's a new poker game that just came out that's been pretty big on Steam.
Remember the original Unreal? Yes, yeah. A lot of people don't know. There was an Unreal 2 as well. There was a game literally called. It's not just an engine. It was Unreal the game. It was a great game at the time, and then Unreal 2 came out.
Okay,
well.
guys, guess what? Build is done. So here we go. This is the final back. There's the rear,
That's pretty good.
and then we'll do the.
I upgrade you, Robey, to a 9 out of 10.
So there's your back right there. And then there is the front right there, and now we're just gonna get it put back together.
I think this is going to play games pretty good too.
I think so too.
We'll find out soon. I'm pretty sure it will. Even the audience is cheering for this build, yes.
Okay, guys, let's get the covers on. And then we'll do the final peel. And then if you want to unwind the power cable down there.
You want the HDMI too?
Yeah, let's go and plug the HDMI in.
Here's your HDMI.
Okay.
Here's your Ethernet.
And then we also need the display port cable, which is right there. We have to go around so you don't knock over the. Let's go.
Can't
the
forget this, actually. Let's go the other way. Wait, we forgot something.
Yeah, we need the Zotac dude in there. There we go. Okay, so we are going to, just to make sure, we're gonna unplug this because we want it to go, we want to see it in BIOS first. So we want to see the BIOS and all that sort of stuff happen. Okay, you guys ready?
I'm ready. My body is ready.
Your body is ready.
Robey, my body is ready.
Wow, that almost was true. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Is it plugged in?
It's not plugged in,
Oh,
Robey.
geez.
You
Oh,
never
geez.
plugged it in. I was just
I was
waiting.
like, wow, that was good.
I was waiting.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. It still didn't turn on. Oh,
There it goes.
It's on. We don't have, oh, no, I see RGB there. I don't see him on the bottom. Okay, I wonder if we didn't plug in an RGB cable, which is fine, we'll figure that out. It is on. We're gonna go to capture. It is, there it is. It is posted.
Yes.
It is posted, guys. So we did post, but we still are missing. We got RGB from the bottom, but not, which makes no sense. Oh yeah, the top is on now. There goes the Lee and Lee.
We got Windows loading.
We got Windows loading.
Or is this DOS?